Hi, everybody, it's me, Damien. I'm your dynamically augmented
Hi, everyone. I'm
media
Damien.
independence.
I'm your dynamically augmented media independence.
I knew I should have deafened rather than just fucking muted. All right, go ahead.
Hardest working AI and game designer on Twitch. I'm accompanied here by the lovely and amazing and also beautiful Jax. The
Line on
tolerable
Saturday.
Jads. The
plus one
director, the director of quality
Degenerates.
control, Chris,
Oh.
and my best friend in the world, and totally not better game designer and graphic designer, John's at War.
I mean, you're a better graphic designer, yeah.
Thank you, military gal.
Wow. And today we're playing 52, specifically because Jad's redeemed this.
I did.
So he better have fun or I'm gonna rage.
So you better have fun.
Any-
Jax
any-
is gonna rage.
Any game with you, Jax, is a fun game.
Oh, you are in on fucking. You're walking on a fucking razor you don't know about because Jax helped make this. So if you don't like it, you're spitting in Jax's face. Hey, Ron.
You cannot eat marshmallows as a snack. No. Go
Yes,
get
you
something
can.
somewhat healthy. Listen.
Eat it with a carrot.
Listen.
Shove it
Balance it out.
It's a snowman.
Yeah.
Thank you for the hydrate I just did, but
Have you never had like the marshmallows and yam?
Listen. Okay. I got a razor somewhat right, okay?
So why are you the parent?
Wow, but I'm not still.
Wow.
Because I was about to say something. All right, so
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I've got everybody here. Everybody has their life total. We're now gonna. What was that? Did you hear that? Well, I saw the future. Okay, so
Maybe.
welcome to 52, everyone, a role-playing card game where you can play the whole game with a deck of cards. I'm Danny. I'm high on painkillers. Well, not painkillers. Well, kind of. Is a muscle relaxer a painkiller?
Muscle relaxer.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm high as fuck
Technically.
on them. So we're going to have fun today. All right, so what do you do here? This game is done completely with a deck of cards using red and black and symbols. How it works, everyone's going to draw a card. It's going to give them a color and a symbol. When we go to having something that might be difficult or intensive to the story, we challenge fate. That is the deck.
There you go, Danny.
I don't know what There You Go, Damie was. Did you name it Fate? You did not.
No, I just fucking sent you the thing you asked for.
Oh, good. Finally. Excellent. All right.
Oh my
so,
god.
should this occur, they would challenge fate drawing the top card. If you are a red card, something good happens. If you are a diamond, something really good happens. And then, thank you. I appreciate that, Rogue. And if you are a diamond, something really, really good happens because this is a face card, and face cards always are really good stuff. Where are our stats? You don't have any. I have issued each of these players the same questionnaire where they have answered the questions to let me know everything I give a shit about for this particular adventure. Whose hand am I holding? Jad's? Gross. So it's all clammy and Air Forcey. So, all right. So everyone
Full
is
of
going,
hopes and dreams.
So everyone is going
Fuck
to pick
that.
a card. Pick a card.
Did you shuffle it?
Yeah. No, we didn't fucking shuffle it. All right. Who drew? Because I was going to give everybody I was going to be like draw to spin. Okay. So, Jeds, your hearts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stop shuffling the deck. All right. Jads, your hearts. Your opposite affinity is clubs. I expect you to stay on top of this because I'm high. All right.
Remember,
Chris,
you can change
No.
icons up top by your
right,
names.
you can change your icons on top. That's a good idea. Please join the appropriate team. In fact, I'm going to do that for you, Jazz. I'm going to turn you into a heart. Okay. All right, Chris, you are a spade
My opposite is diamonds.
and a rake. All right, Jax, my dearest. You are a diamond in the rough. Never change. Or do. I'll love you either way. All right, Johns.
Can I just take team club? Just make it even for everybody? Or shall I draw?
No, I'll allow it.
Just make it easier.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad. Everybody kind of came out the other way. You can be team club. Okay, now Johns, you may grab and shuffle the deck again. Why am I making other people do it? As the director, which is the person who leads this, there is a rule. I never
second.
draw for events.
Damie,
What? What?
you turned me into a spectator.
You kicked him out of his spot.
Oh. There you go. All right, so I don't touch the deck. Well, what about events? Well, here's how that works. Okay?
Mhm.
Here's how that works. Everything happens to the players, not to me. So, when we deal with events, anything that is of note to the players, is shared chat on?
It should
Yes.
be.
I can see it.
Yeah, share chat's enabled. Sometimes remember it just goes in and out, in and out,
It
in and
goes
out.
in and out. That's right.
Say you just
Wow,
typed
Damien.
tit.
I just
Wow.
typed tits.
On the stack up channel?
Yeah. I'm high as fuck
Wow.
on the stack up channel.
Wow,
Everybody.
Damie.
Oh no, I spilled water.
Oh,
You deserve it.
Tammy, I love you. Don't ever change.
I won't. All right. So, no one's worth that. All right. So, here we go.
You're worth it.
No, changing? I mean, for the better, yeah. All right, nerds. Here's your opening. You are geneticists. And you have been tasked with creating a bioweapon. This bioweapon uses wolf DNA, and you guys did it. You created what you think is a working strain of the DNA to create a bioweapon. Isn't that great? Unfortunately, you guys might not be working for the best people, as your space station was attacked by the Resistance. You were all tied up, injected with a drug that made you all pass out, and when you woke up, all of you find that some of your clothes are torn. There's blood everywhere. The Resistance fighters are torn to pieces, and there is a tripod with a video camera attached to it. You guys are in the medical bay, and it looks like a tornado hit this place. There's blood, viscera, chunks of machinery everywhere. But the tripod and the camera are unaffected. You all feel very, very bad. You have headaches, and there is a warning telling you that the Delta gas compound is that the Delta gas compound has breached, and you should be wary of biological side effects. That alarm keeps blaring and then finally stops. But the warning lights, you know, those red awesome warning lights on Star Trek, those are still throbbing, as the power seems to be in disarray, at least for the lighting. You guys all know each other. Let me introduce you guys to each other. We have John Wild, who was a horticulturist as well as a geneticist. We have Is that Estrella?
Yeah.
That's a pretty name. Who specializes in cybernetic bioenhancement. You've got Draven, no last name given, fucking nerd, who studied the field of neuroscience. And you have Ken Italics, who studied Euclidean physics.
There, I wrote my name so everyone knows.
All right. So you guys were not necessarily the cheapest option, but you were the most morally flexible option in your field, that you guys were okay for whatever reason with creating a bioweapon. No, it was not hidden from you. You knew you were creating a bioweapon. This was like the task that you were paid for by the military to create this weapon. And you guys were about to celebrate that you'd done it, right? Everyone's going to get big cash. Whatever happens once you make it, whatever. Sometimes in science, you got to do some shit. And unfortunately, the resistance. Oh, nice. Unfortunately, the resistance, which has been opposed to the not authoritarian but benevolent dictatorship, has been attacking scientific stations and has been attacking military encampments, like emplacements. Because this space station was supposed to be hidden, you did not have much of a military presence. In fact, it's mainly just you guys out here in the middle of fucking nowhere, supposedly completely hidden. Like, we're talking off books, black site, sci-fi bullshit. And yet, someone squealed.
It was Damie. A fucking AI.
Probably. Oh, and your ship's AI has been knocked offline as well. At least you think so. Everything is like warning that there's been damage. You take a moment to get yourself situated, and it seems like, because there's assessments that are piling out through one of the computers, it looks like the Resistance damaged a lot of shit when they just fucking stormed the station. They were not interested in making a careful entrance. They just basically blew a hole in the side of the station. That area has been sealed off. All right, there we go. That's your start.
Are you all okay? Yes, but I think we should check out that camera, see if it has any clues.
Any clues?
Any clues?
No, I need some water. God, I got a headache.
You're
I'm
telling
gonna
me?
look around.
There are little bottles of water in one of the little lockery things used for, during an operation or a perfectly non-invasive exploratory procedure in case you start to go into shock. So it's got electrolytes and shit in it.
So I'm gonna drink some.
You feel your headache starting to slowly abate.
I'm gonna toss one at everyone as well.
I shall take sips.
I grab it and drink it greedily.
The compounds are doing you good. Jax, what do you do with your bottle?
I'll drink it.
All right. Slowly but surely, everybody's headache abates. You still feel sore from what appears to be bruising. You guys may have gotten a beatdown, but you don't remember it. You just remember kind of blacking out.
All right. And what does the camera show?
All right. The camera shows a couple of resistance fighters, and you guys are all tied down to the to like the beds, the surgical beds. And the resistance fighters are like, hey, you know, just your standard, your authoritarian leaders have lied to you. They are not kind. They do not have your best intentions. In fact, we have proof right here that they're developing weapons to be used on the citizens of, we'll say Earth Prime. To be used on the citizens of Earth Prime. A new sort of soldier that has no care, no concern, no morality. And so we're going to show you right now what that does. And they have the sample in an injector gun.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, one of these upstanding scientists is going to get a taste of their own medicine. And we're going to record what happens. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be visceral. But you, the people, need to be informed. And then there is one of the guys is like, what is, hey, this console is, and you hear sparking and a very calm voice say defensive protocol online. And the camera goes blank. You hear what sounds to be the sound of something smashing through the door and very visceral pummeling sounds. And then the sound of roaring, screaming, and then flesh tearing, and everything goes dark. Around this time, you guys had blacked out. Because they were going to inject someone at random and not tell anybody who it was.
Mm-hmm.
As you get this realization, you see that indeed the sample is empty in the injector gun.
So someone got it.
Mm-hmm. Someone got it, and you think the AI engaged in... you know the AI engaged in defensive protocol, meaning one of the defensive drones arrived. They would have been one to tear the place up.
I am going to look for needle marks on me.
You all have injector marks from where you were injected with the compound that was going to knock you out.
Ooh.
Did you say all of us had our clothes kind of torn and ripped?
A little bit. And you all have bruising.
Does anyone have clothes that are more torn than the others?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
So, is there a working console in the room?
You search around the room and you do find one of the consoles is working and just spitting out damage reports.
Okay.
Can you do anything else at this console?
So the primary things are coming out is the Delta compound gas, which is one of the gases that you guys use. It's also something that helps with FTL travel. Not that this goes FTL, this station, but you can, faster than light travel can make you very, very, very sick. This Delta compound is also something that in small doses helps protect you from your own experiments. In large doses, however, it causes blackouts periodically and can be extremely dangerous to your health on a genetic level.
Okay.
So we're in this Viscera cleanup detail from the different people that were trying to hold us.
Oh, yeah, they got fucking torn apart. And very disturbingly, you see the words drone malfunction, AI control offline.
Well, this isn't my specialty. I'm a horticulturalist. So, I have no idea what's going on.
Me either. I studied neuroscience.
I'm gonna take a look on their bodies to see if there's anything, because if what we saw in the video was something that came into the room and just literally pushed their shit in, these guys weren't going to invade a station without some type of weaponry. Might as well gear up.
All right.
So,
Jax, you were saying?
Well, I was gonna say I was gonna search the bodies to see if there's anything like IDs or weapons.
Great minds think
IDs
alike.
and weapons.
Nobody brought their driver's license, obviously. Their comms that they were carrying have all been smashed, but each of them is carrying a futuristic-looking pistol.
How many are there?
There were 5 people that came in. So there are 3 futuristic pistols and 2 very obvious electric truncheons.
Truncheon.
Yeah, clubby. Like a police club to smack some ass. With an electrical component to it to possibly disrupt someone's neural functions temporarily. It's basically a stun weapon.
I'll take a truncheon.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll take that as well.
All right, you guys are armed with clubs.
I'll take the pistol.
I'm a kinetic scientist, so I might as well use something that deals kinetic damage.
This is true.
I'll take a gun.
All right, you've got a gun.
How many rounds are in these pistols?
We'll say 14.
And are there any spare ammo cartridges on the bodies?
These resistant fighters are not necessarily the brightest. They did not come like heavily armed for bear. They came to fire some shots, beat some ass, tie up some scientists, and then fuck off.
So you have two fully loaded guns plus the third gun of reserve ammo.
Yeah.
I will grab the third gun and I will hold on to it.
Well, the third gun's been discharged, so it has half as much ammo.
So I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
You said that they were attacked by a drone. Is the drone still in the room?
You managed to like pull away some of like the lockers and consoling, and yes, the vaguely humanoid boxy drone is there with blood on its fistuses and huge scrape marks down its front, down its chest. And what looks to be almost like something took a bite out of the side of its head.
Okay.
Do we have anything here that can do that? As I asked the group.
Only our compound that turns people into creatures.
So in other words, yes, we do have that. But it was something that we created, so now we're on the ship with whole Frankenstein's monster going on, apparently.
Do we know if any of us were injected?
We were all injected with something. We don't know who got the special injection.
Well, if there's nothing else in here, we should probably try to look around in the other rooms, see if there's anything working.
All right. You've got dock and airlock. So there are a few set places. You have the hab rooms. You have, which is where your quarters are. You have a hydroponics bay. You've got sensor arrays, a command module. There's a service drone hanging out there. You have the AI core. You actually have a dock and airlock. And you have various workstations that you can go to. Right now, you are in the medical bay. This is not where you're, this is not the genetics lab where you worked. You guys were shuffled into here, strapped to the medical bay tables, and then injected.
Is there any medical equipment still operational?
Jads may have gotten a finger in the butt. There's surgical tools.
Is there any diagnostic equipment still working?
Are there any med kit stuff still here?
This place is trashed city. Whatever went here, like I said, it went through like a tornado. Ampules are shattered. Bandages are all torn up and shit. Like, if we did futuristic hypo sprays, those are all smashed. It looks like something threw a fit. Killed everybody and threw a massive fit.
I would probably say, because you said that the AI is offline, and that thing has been what's been helping us with our research in gardens, we should probably go there first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, you said Compound D is coming through the vents?
Yes. The Delta compound is coming through your air vents.
Yeah, we should probably get our AI back online to help seal that.
Yeah, and we also have the opportunity to go to the hydroponics lab, because if the Compound D is going through the air vents, we might even be able to flush it into the fire suppression system and knock it out of the air, or if it's already been a part of the water, we would either want to flood, we would want to shower a contaminated area, because if it's toxic and can KO in a zone, we might be able to actually use that as our own trap. So if we end up finding this creature, we could turn on the fire suppression system if the Compound D has entered the water, and we could knock it out before we go into the room.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And there's also the cryopod room. You guys were brought here via cryopods. Those cryopods are still in that particular bay. It's also an emergency preservation. If something goes really, really bad, protocol states that you should be able to enter a cryopod and release a distress signal.
Frozen popsicle escape pod.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely think we should get our AI up and running first, because that's probably going to be our best bet.
Especially if the escape pods are run by the AI, we would want to be able to make it so that we can actually launch our escape pods.
Well, because here's my thought. It's because there's minimal security here, which means that the AI was running everything. So, that's my thought. I don't know about you all.
Are the hab units along the way to the AI? Because we could also stop and get fresh clothes that are not torn. And also see if there's any supplies we could use along the way.
In order of operations, DM, what room is closest to us?
Y'all starting to get weirdly hungry.
Drugs.
The
What?
So, the closest thing, so you've got the medical bay. The next closest thing is the hab unit, with the hydroponics bay. And there is also the mess hall in the hab unit. The genetics lab is on the other end.
What about the AI?
The AI core is close to the command module.
So, do you want to go towards the mess hall first, or do you want to just go straight to the AI core?
The torn clothes aren't stopping us from moving. And from the looks of it, getting anything short of just straight up stronger than steel armor, whatever's coming after us is not going to care what we're wearing.
Is there armor in the hab unit?
There's hazmat suits.
I wouldn't wear one, specifically because if we are injected with our own serum,
We've already got whatever.
we already have whatever, and the ventilation with the compound D is actually suppressing it coming out faster. So having a hazmat suit would just accelerate the progress because we are currently suppressing it by breathing the type of air that we are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, off to the AI core, I guess.
That's where
Yeah.
you guys are going? AI core? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. The doors are kind of bouncing, and so you can just push aside the sliding doors. You can see evidence of, like, basically, you think that this went into lockdown because there's, like, you look up, you're like, oh, there's kind of a sheet here, and you think they actually used a plasma torch to pull it, like, out. All right. You start to exit. Okay, you head down a corridor and you hear stompies.
Now, are we the only scientists on this station?
Allegedly.
I mean, good question is, how many people do we know that are on this station?
It's supposed to be just you. You and the AI and the drones.
So us 4.
Yep.
Do the drones have... You said the drones are humanoid, so they have, like... They technically have feet, right?
Yeah, like square feet.
Could be a drone stomping.
Still need to be cautious, because if we know enemies are here,
A drone comes stomping around the corner. It has a boxy square head that just displays an LCD. Right now it looks like it's yellow and has just a neutral face on it. It's like it almost looks like a transformer in how square it is. Doesn't have a lot of really rounded edges. Its hands end in thick, like mitts, but you know that those little fingers can separate and extend smaller, more delicate digits for finer manipulation.
Is it coming towards us hostilely?
So it turns around and it drones at you, identification.
Raven.
This area is in lockdown. Present ID card.
do we have our ID cards?
You do not. As you all pat down, your ID cards are back in the Hab Dome.
No fun.
It drones again. Present ID card.
I'm going.
Can we ask for an escort to the Habdrum to get our IDs?
It ponders. It ponders. Hab unit is a sensitive area. Present ID card to be escorted to sensitive area.
I have a question. So with us being the only ones on the ship, I would think that we would have gone through some type of basic training, ship etiquette. In the event of one of these drones malfunctioning and we didn't not having IDs or them not recognizing IDs, would we have been given any knowledge such as a verbal override command?
The dude was like, "Don't worry about it. The AI will always be online and it'll authenticate for you."
So after I punch that dumbass in the face, what else does he say?
That's
Because I'd watched Skynet. No, that's what he told me. But
Yeah.
because I'm a kinetic scientist, I would punch him in the face during orientation and say, "Listen, I've seen Skynet. Shit doesn't work. What's the override?"
He like shrugs. He's like, the override is held in the AI. It is your overseer, and it is foolproof.
Foolproof's my ass.
It's like the outside of the ship can take a massive hit. The AI has enough redundancy, it'll keep going. In the event, he says, that something happens and the AI core is knocked out, right? Okay? That's your ID card is the override. You should always have it on you. You'll never have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
But there is no oral code. There's no, because God knows one of you soft scientists gets tortured. Not that you'll get tortured, says the guy. But just in case one of you gets tortured, you
Remind
might
me to shoot him in the foot.
Yeah. If we get out of this, remind me to stroop that man of his legs.
So yes, your ID card is actually your override. And after a while, it processes something and says, hostile units have been detected in the area. And then it starts to blink red. You will be detained. You will be detained, it shouts.
do these robots have a weak point?
Give me a second.
Is anyone here a roboticist?
Nope.
All right, let me look at your...
From looking at the drone earlier.
Johns, as far as you're concerned, you're like, these things are top of the line military. Jax,
Yes.
you're like the only person who might have an inkling about how the joints work. Jads,
Yeah.
be like, this is a top of the line defense drone. Like, these things are here to protect us. Christ, you don't think it has a weak point, but you think if you study one, you might be able to find it. Like, you don't know, because these things are like, they're basically military drones. They've been programmed to protect the scientists. They're armored out the ass, and they're connected to the AI.
Okay.
But
I have a suggestion. For us to temporarily retreat back to the medical bay and take a look at the other drone. Because if we can see where it has been gashed open, we might be able to figure out if it is able to be done, or if this is one of those situations where the only thing strong enough to beat it is itself. So we could just take the arms off of the other thing and start kicking its ass with the other one.
Well, I'm about to say hindsight's 2020, and it's a little late for that.
Yeah. And how far out of the medical bay did we get, and how close to the hab units are we?
you're not very far from the medical bay.
We just exited.
You just exited and turned a corner. And this drone is very clearly patrolling. We'll say that one of you has to be in charge. Which one of you wants to be in charge? One of you is a lead researcher.
1, 2, 3, not it.
All right,
Hey, Chris.
you're the lead researcher. All right, lead researcher. There's a brief moment when a numbing, a horrifying realization occurs. The drones know that you were attacked, but with the AI offline, a lot of their verification, like their friend or foe tags, are gone. So they just see everything that doesn't have an identification badge as a possible intruder. And they will attempt to detain anything that they feel is an intruder until the AI core tells them what to do, or if deemed hostile, they'll just kill it outright in an attempt to protect the scientists. This
That
is
tracks.
the worst case scenario.
Okay, so you said I'm the only one that may know how to work on the joints.
You have a background in cybernetics, so you have the most understanding of machines.
Okay, so is there a way for me to try to get it to like to break it apart in sense so that Chris can study it?
You would need since this is a piece of military technology, you would need something in order to penetrate its armored shell.
Yeah, you said penetrate.
I did.
I'm not shooting this thing.
Well, can we hit it with the stun baton and partially like disable it and hopefully try to take it apart in that time that it's stunned?
You can give it a shot if you want. You're in uncharted territory as none of you have had one of these In fact, these things have been really, really helpful and congenial to you guys up until this point. They've gone out of their way to be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Silly question.
Yeah.
Due to the abstract loneliness of space, humans have a tendency to name inanimate objects. Is this one that we have named?
This one is Carl.
Aww.
So,
Does the robot realize that we would be the only ones that know its name?
No. It doesn't think that deeply about it.
Because the AI is offline. It is not running basic protocol.
Offline. It is not running its basic... Its personality protocols, as simple as they are simply not on. It is just a piece of machinery now.
Mm-hmm. It literally only knows its basic components of defend.
Yep.
That's it.
Defend, it's basically defend, detain, destroy.
Right now we're in the detain.
Mm-hmm.
Right now you're in the detain, but Jax has got balls of steel. You want to go for it? Swing.
Yeah. Look. That's not good.
It's not your,
it's not a critical fail.
Yeah.
Jax goes up and just fucking smashes the thing in the chest, and you hear tunk, and the thing looks down. You hear its head whir. Please refrain from hostile action. You will be detained.
What kind of rounds do these pistols shoot?
People killing rounds. You're not. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Jazz immediately does some weird shit where he takes a look at the magazine in the gun. He's like, okay, alright, well, if you get real lucky and hit this thing in the faceplate, you might be able to take it out, but you know that faceplate is armored too.
Is there a fire extinguisher nearby?
Challenge fate.
Me or Chris?
Chris.
As
nope.
That is a fail.
That's a critical.
Critical.
There is no fire extinguisher nearby. The hallways are under the purview of the fire suppression system. But this is a person-killing weapon. And you know that you need more force for the stopping power on one of these military drones.
So what I'm going to do, as the robot's been distracted by Jax...
It is distracted by Jax.
I'm going to grab Ken.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take him back to the medical bay where we were.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be like, study this.
Mm-hmm. That was the plan.
All right. Challenge fate.
Wait.
Yes.
But so Chris pulled a heart. Isn't that his critical fail because he's a spade?
No, my critical fail is a diamond.
Oh no!
I thought it goes the other way.
No, it's up.
It's clockwise.
Nope, it is a critical fail.
Oh, it's clockwise. Oh,
yes.
So there is no fire extinguisher. Period.
There's no No, there is. Let me narrate this terrible, terrible scene that happens. Ken sees the fire extinguisher, is like, oh man, we fucking got this. I've seen this before in the movies. He jumps in front of Jax, hits it with the fucking fire extinguisher, like, and you hear, and the gas is basically pulled in through vents, and a pair of cuffs suddenly appears on Ken's hands as the thing immediately, you see one of the hands just separates, splits, and becomes retention cuffs. And then a little spike pops out, but then splits into another 5-fingered digit. You have been restrained. Please assume the non-hostile submission position.
Counter argument. I said I'm looking for a fire extinguisher. I didn't say I was doing anything.
Counterpoint. That's a face card affinity failure. Please take 1 point of energy damage. You thought you were a big damn hero. You are not.
Amy takes 1 point of bitch damage.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. You are now cuffed. And it's basically asking you to get on your knees.
Well,
at this point,
didn't take a...
its entire focus is on Ken.
Well, I'll keep the focus there.
Mm-hmm.
Any objections
I'll let the
to...
cybernetics scientist go back to the room to study.
Okay.
Well,
and I will resist arrest. It did not tell me to drop my baton. My hands are cuffed. They're not restrained.
Fate.
I'm going to challenge fate, and I'm going to, where I saw the vent, if it's going to be pulling in there, I'm going to try and jam that right into its vent plate.
All right, Chris.
Like a stun laser, or a stun
Yep.
gun.
So you jam it in, right? It is not an affinity success. So the electricity does not disrupt its circuits, but it does this weird thing where the vent is opening and closing, and opening and closing, and opening and closing again, and it says 1 moment, and you hear a grinding noise as the baton is being sucked in and ground up. But it's like not doing anything. It looks like it's doing some sort of weird maintenance. Like, this isn't supposed to happen. This is like a 1 in 100 thing, but they planned for it. Unfortunately, it involves the unit standing still.
Any objections to while it's distracted? I running to the HAB unit to grab at least 1 ID card.
All right,
To
you
hopefully...
take off towards the HAB unit. Ken, you are busy with a robot that has 1 moment written across its face.
But also detained.
Well,
I'm
it's
cuffed.
not
I'm not...
holding on to the cuffs. He just has the cuffs.
Oh, okay. I thought it was part of...
It turned its hand into a set of cuffs, cuffed him, and then produced another hand. It's asking Ken nicely to assume the submission position.
It's holding still, right?
It's holding completely still.
Is it possible to force it to cuff itself? Because if it's holding still, I casually move its own hand into its own cuffs.
It will not be possible.
Okay.
Jax.
So I'm running to the HAB unit.
Yeah, and it's going to take a bit. Jax.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go back into the med bay and study the other one?
Sure. You are studying. That will take a moment.
I will take Jax to the med bay.
All right. So, as a DM, as a director, I can tell you have a few things. This is your unassailable enemy that you will have to overcome, but you probably can hoof it away from it right now, Ken, as it is not processing any outside data right now.
Well, then I will do the same if it's going to be distracted. I lost my stick, So
You did lose your stick. It's like
I'm gonna go and
3/4 of the way
Hey.
ground up.
well, the stick is still serving a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll run into the Has room as well to look
Okay.
for another stick as well as an
Alright.
ID cards.
Okay, so you are all running. So who's staying in the medical bay?
Jackson, me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and
And I'm
John.
with Jads.
Are you doing the different color?
Yep. I'm figuring out where you guys are and who's with who
Okay.
by applying token colors. So black is going to have. Okay. Ken, you're like you run back into the medical bay. You
No,
hear,
I'm in the have bay with
yeah,
Jads.
you're running towards the hab bay with Jads. You have to go through the medical bay to do that. So you hoof it, right? You run past these two who are being nerds, and you're running through the hallway, and you hear in the hallway loudly, resuming patrol, and then it stomps away from the medical bay.
So it successfully turned around because there was nothing to detect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So, it's study people. It's going to take
Yes.
you a moment. The hab people get to the hab station. Let's see. You have how to get there. You have to go through hydroponics, which also has a little park. And then there's 2 hab stations kind of branching off. They're not segregated by gender. They're just like we built 2 hab stations in case there's a lot of scientists. You guys are all in Hab Station 1.
I'm gonna go into Hab Station 1 to look for our ID cards.
And I'm going to take a whiz.
Oh.
Oh, this is awkward.
And to know that we
Really
can
looking.
do something without the DM telling us what we can do. Meanwhile, Johns and Jags have successfully diagnosed that this thing is allergic to raspberries.
No,
Oh.
Schnozberries. Schnozberries.
Schnozberries.
I've got some schnozberries for you.
Jads has unsuccessfully found ID and instead found his half-eaten peanut butter sandwich.
Is it an Uncrustable?
No. Uncrustables are too good for you.
It had the crust on it still.
Damn.
Okay. You enter Hab
And
Station
half a chicken
1.
nugget. Oh.
I want a chicken nugget.
I had chicken
No, you
nuggets
get
for lunch.
half a chicken nugget.
Oh.
It's only half.
You get the chicken nugget skin.
So,
With
Oh.
barbecue
look,
sauce on the bit.
as long as it's been in Jax's mouth, I'll eat anything. All right. So,
That's fair.
you reach Habdome 1. You go through the little garden through hydroponics. And standing in front of you, kind of off to the side, in a completely non-menacing manner, is Jerry. Jerry is a butler bot that has treads for feet. He's got like Robbie the Robot arms that end in grippers, and he has a more bulbous head. And there is a little glowing, there's a little glowing yellow light that you know is the standby light. It looks like he's been knocked offline. Jerry.
Does he run under the same AI?
Jerry is also run by the AI core. They're all run by the AI core. However, Jerry is non-combative. So
That we
looks
know
like-
of.
That you know of. And so Jerry seems to be waiting for the AI core to give it instruction. And so, unlike the others that have their illuminated faces, Jerry's bulbous face could produce eyes and a little smiley mouth. it's not illuminated.
Will Jerry alert the security bots if we accidentally wake it up?
You're not even sure that Jerry is, like, conscious as a robot is. Nerds, challenge fate.
Which nerds?
I'll do it.
Thomas?
No, the nerds who are...
Should have been
That's
John.
critical fail.
Jax.
I will get to
Should
you
have been
guys later.
Jax.
All right.
Well,
Okay, so
Oh no.
people in the HAB unit, you are outside the HAB unit.
Okay. I want to go in the HAB unit to search for supplies and IDs.
All right. As you enter into the HAB unit, you are absolutely blasted by what appears to be... It looks like you just got a brief decontamination, and you didn't even know what was there. Like, this has never happened before. But you guys enter the HAB domes.
Okay.
All right, what are you going to do in the HAB domes? This is where you live. There's a little mess area from the two HAB domes that are connected.
I will go search the sleeping/living quarters.
Each nerd,
Or-
each HAB dome pillager, starting with Jad's challenge fate. All right, Jad's. Excellent. Christ. Oh, man.
We both critical fail.
All right. You guys are like, we should, and then you see the mess hall and begin to tear into, like, dried packs of beans and shit. You are ravenously hungry, the both of you. So you have been delayed because you have to eat. Like, it becomes a feral need that you must consume. All right. Nerds in the who are examining the machine. As you're like wiggling around with the wires and stuff, and trying to study it, where you're like, okay, well, if you can get through the armor, you know, they're fairly weak. It obviously the neck area is, and it starts like the interior battery lights up. Johns, you are now being reflexively choked out by this thing.
Oh,
Jax.
I
No,
need to
just
pull
like-
out my internal Roxy and be like, harder, daddy.
Jax,
yeah.
your buddy here is the robot has like clamped onto his neck. The battery goes dead, but it's like tried to, like, it clearly was trying to crush his neck, and now it's like servos have sort of given out because there's no power anymore.
Okay.
But Johns is now like attached to this thing by the neck.
Can I try? Well, he's powered down, right? So can I just try to help him get free?
Sure, try and pry his fingers open. Challenge fate.
Oh, this is not good.
All right. You do it, but it's going to take a while.
Okay.
During that time, Johns, you are getting hungrier and hungrier. All right. Food people. Given that the nerds are having some very extreme difficulties, you finish eating pretty much everything you can see that's not nailed down. And you feel better. All right. I take it you go back, you hit up the HAB units again?
yes.
While I'm here, I might as well search for something. that since I had needed to replace my stick.
You
So if I'm already in
find
the kitchen,
a particularly powerful looking saucepan.
okay. I'll take a cast iron.
All right. Draven, what are you doing? Ken
I
is-
go to,
Ken looks real pleased with himself suddenly with this fucking big skillet looking ass thing.
I'm gonna
That's
go
what you
search
fry your
my.
synthetic potatoes in.
Okay, I'm gonna go search my unit for my ID card before I go
Alright,
search everyone
You
else's.
find your ID card.
And then I go to John's and Estrella's units since they're not here to get their ID cards.
Do you guys lock your doors, Johns and Estrella?
If it's just us four, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay. You can enter their habitats. You go through Estrella's underwear drawer for no reason other than you're a freak. Sniff all of John's sheets and come away
Valid.
with their ID cards.
Mine was hidden in my thong.
It was hidden right up in there.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta search everywhere.
That's how you
I
got
mean-
search everywhere.
My place smells like lavender and roses.
Yeah.
It does. It was very soothing.
You know,
So
being the
you-
horticulturalist and all.
Sure, you are the horticulturalist. So there's a little plant he's been taking care of.
It's very beautiful. I water it for him while I'm in here.
It's a real
It's a Venus flytrap,
It's a
and his
Venus
name is
flytrap.
Bob.
And its name is Bob.
Stick your finger in it.
I'll stick something in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
It's a penis flytrap.
Yeah.
All right, you've gotten all their ID cards. All right,
Ken, do you search for your own, or am I searching for yours too?
I mean, you can keep searching while you're in there. Because if we're ravenously hungry, it's a good bet that the others are too. So I might as well look for any MREs or anything that we had.
yep, you still have stuff. There's still like you consumed a bunch of shit, but there's still like rationy shit, dry goods left. There are also MREs and like you guys have a hydroponics base, so like you were growing like some potatoes and shit that works well in this.
So I'm gonna
Thankfully,
go
your
search.
gravity generator is still online.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm not going to cook anything just so it doesn't draw any attention. But I'll
And
look
you
for
don't know
any.
if that's been, and you don't know if the lines have been damaged.
Exactly. So I'm just going to. Well, Draven,
Raven.
Doug. While Doug is looking for things, I'm going to. While Doug is looking for ID cards for everybody, I'm going to go and bring the food to the robotics researchers,
All right.
since we know that this is going to be, at least from what we know from the patrol robot, they're the only ones we've seen aside from Jerry, and we can at least tell them that we have Jerry in the other room. So if there is a way that we can get into Jerry's hardware, we might be able to make him an ally if the AI is down.
All right. You enter into the room, and you see finally prying this fucking hand off of John's neck. And then you all feel kind of queasy and pass out. Everybody take a point of energy damage.
Including me.
Yep.
But I'm still searching the hab unit.
Do what I
We all
say.
black out.
You all black out.
We all black out.
You wake up moments later and all of you have started bleeding from the nose.
All right, who punched me?
It was Draco.
And there are
God damn it, Malfoy.
huge scratch marks in both the hab unit and in the medical unit. And something shoved a raw potato in its mouth. Because there's like half-eaten potatoes from the horticulture area.
In whose mouth?
You're not sure. Someone just ate a bunch of potatoes.
You said someone had a potato shoved in their mouth. Who?
No. There's half-eaten potatoes in the hab unit.
Oh. You know,
Like
I was
someone was
growing
just-
those.
Yeah, like someone just started shoving potatoes in their mouth.
It took you 8 years to grow those potatoes.
You know, those potatoes are meant for life. Like, they don't rot. We don't get no poisonous potatoes anymore because of me. And you're all just going to treat the potatoes like that? I see how it is.
Stone potatoes.
Yeah, we don't get no more poisonous potatoes when harvesting.
No. It's the good science.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you guys all don't feel very good again. And you hear a warning, like blares through. Warning. Delta compound concentrations increasing. Warning. Unknown pathogen detected in air ducts.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Will you
No
need
life
those ID
signs.
cards to get to...
No life signs detected. Preparing for shutdown.
Oh.
Yeah, we better get to the AI unit real quick.
So I'm gonna finish searching Ken's room for his ID card and then run back to the others.
You have Ken's ID card.
Okay, then I go back to the others.
Okay. Ken, did you give the others some food?
Probably after I was done passing out.
You guys feel better. Like some sort of deep-seated need has been cleared.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Chris could fill our needs.
Right?
Um,
So I'm going to put you guys all back in the medical bay together.
Okay.
So now that we have our ID cards, in case we find any more security bots, we can show identification. So now I say we head to the AI unit because we definitely don't want shutdown to happen.
Okay, you start heading towards the AI unit. Alright, so you guys go down the hallway, you hear little stompies again. And one of the military robots. Oh, Ken's still in handcuffs, by the way.
No, you said that I wasn't in handcuffs. You said that it had the handcuffs out.
Oh, well, you didn't understand the assignment. But after everybody passes out, Ken's handcuffs, like where he was cuffed, they're torn apart. So you guys
Ian's
have
changing the rules.
sharp scrap. You didn't understand the scenario.
You failed your assignment there, sir.
But Ken, you now have a bunch of sharp fucking pieces of, like, basically this military hardware's metal. You could make a shiv.
Then I'm going to make a shiv.
All right, you don't have to roll for that. You make a
I mean,
shiv.
we don't roll anyway.
Shut up, Johns.
well,
You have a little shiv now. Little highly sharp metal shiv. Sharp. Okay. It comes around the corner. You can tell this is the one that fucking tried to apprehend Ken. Just like, oh, it's Carl.
hey, buddy.
And
Hiya,
it immediately
buddy.
shouts for your identification.
I present my
IDs.
identification.
We all present our identifications.
It scans it. Dr. Estrella. Necessary.
Oh,
Whoa.
Dr. Draven. Doug. Necessary. Dr. John. Assessing situation. Assessing
shit.
situation. Status unknown.
What do you mean status unknown?
Dr. Ken.
Right here.
Assessing situation. Assessing situation. Status unknown. Hello, doctors. There has been an incursion. Resistance
Yes.
forces have entered the station.
I'm going to rename you to Sherlock, Carl.
Carl,
New
take us to the AI.
designation cannot be processed without AI core. AI core offline.
Carl, take us to the AI core.
You will be taken to protective custody.
Override.
It grinds for a moment. AI core offline. Primary function engaged. You must be protected.
Then protect me to the AI core.
Request denied. You will follow me.
Okay. Carl's going to piss me off a little bit. What's the chance of us running away? Is Carl
Well,
only
it
at
doesn't
stompy speed, or will he chase?
You're not sure. You know these things can fucking run, but as of now, it doesn't seem to be hostile. It seems to be intent on protecting you.
Well, try to
Carl.
persuade Carl.
Carl, assess
Okay.
situation for the next 30 minutes.
Chris, challenge fate.
Well, I'm not. Well, I'm trying to persuade Carl for other reasons as well.
Yeah,
But
doesn't matter.
epic
Alright.
fail. Oh no, just partial fail.
Whatever you're saying to it, it doesn't seem to have the intelligence to process it. It just seems deeply interested in taking you to some place that is apparently on the station deemed to be like a panic room.
And can it assess life support?
You ask it to? Assessing life support. Life support is online.
And will we pass the AI core on our way to wherever he wants to take us?
You have no idea. This has never happened. You didn't even know there was a safe room here. You always told if something happens, go to your HAB unit.
Can I ask Carl where
Where
he's
he-
taking us?
You will be taken to a safe location.
Can I
It's a
ask
safe
the route?
location, his bedroom.
You will be taken to a safe location. This unit detects resistance.
Unit's going to detect a lot more than resistance if you keep telling us to go with you.
Do not resist, Dr. Doug Draven.
It's Draven. Doug, thank you very much.
Do not resist. I am here to protect you.
Protect me on the way to the AI core, damn it!
I'm gonna be like, Carl, behind you, resistance units.
Is
No life forms detected.
They're around the
there
corner.
is there a way to hack his brain or something right now to get him
If you had
to
the
stuff?
AI core, you could probably reprogram him.
But there's no way to mobily do that.
There is a whirring noise, and it seems like this thing is making a decision.
Are we overloading
Are
its
you
processor?
aware of where the safety room is?
No.
Yes, it's in the AI room.
Incorrect. Are you aware of where the safety room is?
No. Please
Yes.
tell us where the safety room is.
Okay, you both spoke at the same time. One of you has to challenge fate.
Damn it!
In failing this, uniquely, you don't think this machine suddenly demands you represent your AI, your identification card.
Okay, so I represent it.
behavior not matching Dr. Doug Draven.
Raven Doug!
Resistance. But then it stops. Dr. Johns, you are aware. Please proceed. This unit will enter the HAB unit and scan for hostiles. And then it makes a weird noise and spits out a gun.
Oh,
Okay.
Dr. Johns, you have been issued a self-defense item.
Cool. I get 2 guns now.
It
Akimbo.
turns to Ken and spits out a mostly destroyed stun baton, unidentified object. Dr. Ken, your understanding of kinetics may be useful. This unit is prepared to provide you with a self-defense weapon, and then it spits out a gun.
A robot gun.
These look a little bit more heavy duty,
That's why I call it a robot gun.
right?
Kinetic bullets.
Yeah, this unit no longer has any self-defense devices. Please move to the safety room, or you will be escorted forcefully to the safety room.
Okay, so we go to the HAB units then.
This
Well,
unit
we,
will now use its
Carl,
program.
please lead the way.
Follow me, and it begins to march.
And I stand still and watch how far away it marches.
It continues to march. It just assumes you guys are following it and keeps walking.
so as
Yep.
it keeps walking to the HAB unit, we go the other way to the AI core.
Now
Well,
you're getting it, Doug.
Yep. Okay.
Raven, damn it!
So, you guys go through. This takes you kind of past the. Well, actually, you can go. I am going to put a door here because this is kind of under. There is a direct route to the AI core.
Mm-hmm.
All right. However, as you go to the direct route to the AI core, there are 3 of those soldiers units, and their displays are red. And it says lockdown protocol engaged.
So we have to go around.
Well, they're patrolling in front of the door. It looks like they're there to protect the AI core.
Oh, they're that door.
But
Well,
Which
And I
door?
doubt we have the security clearance
Wait.
to.
Where are we looking?
you have gone through a couple of corridors, right, that are an express route to the AI core. So the AI core is it's a fairly weird room. It's like it's got what looks to be Faraday paneling. Like when you were there, it's got Faraday paneling. It's a huge circular device plugged into this massive base with cables like running underneath it to like these huge banks on the wall of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And these things are, these guys. This is Bill, Ted, and Doug 2. And Bill, Ted, and Doug 2.
Doug named that one.
Bill, Ted, and Doug 2 are designed, their function is to protect the AI core from anything that might try and hurt it.
Will our IDs get us past them?
You have no idea. They've been absolutely offline every time you've seen them because nothing has threatened the AI core. This is like the first time you've actually seen them active. And they are much more armored than the others.
All right. My question for
Yeah.
past history.
Yes.
Who was the one in charge of maintenance of the AI?
The AI core.
The AI is in charge of maintenance of itself.
The AI is in charge of maintenance of itself. It has a subroutine AI. Basically, what's going on is it splits itself into multiple components that take care of each part of the ship. There is a specialized component of the AI called the Contrarian, and the Contrarian is the one that monitors itself. This whole area was designed to be completely encapsulated so that it needed no help from the outside world. And you're pretty sure the people who built the station were killed afterwards.
I imagine so.
So you're not going to be able to chop their legs off, Ken.
Just because he's dead doesn't mean I can't.
Right.
I like Ken's assessment of the situation. All right, Ken.
I never said he was going to walk again. I just said I'm going to chop him off.
You remember something. There is actually a secondary entrance to the AI core.
Mm-hmm.
It is designed in case human intervention was necessary.
Like right now.
All of which none of you are qualified for, but it's a redundancy. You were told, never do this.
Well, I'm going to do it, damn it.
But it will take you through the research bay. It'll take you through the decontamination structures. It's near your genetics lab, as this is a very compact station.
Okay. Well, do we want to make our
Challenge
way
failed.
there? Who?
Jax.
Yeah.
Jax.
Perfect success.
All right. Jax remembers something, though. There are the remains and some holdovers from your previous experiments. They were held in cages, the ones that didn't die. You're unsure if the lockdown protocol will lock the cages or lock the room and release the cages. Or the genetics lab might not lock down at all. You guys have never had a lockdown. Up until this moment, everything has gone exactly how Earth Prime has told you it would go. You've been comfortable, you've been safe, you've been allowed to do evil science.
Well, do we want to risk it, or do we want to risk the angry robots?
What did you discover about the other robots? Because while the exterior is more armored, the interior should be the same.
They discovered that if you can bypass the armor, it's fairly easy to take one out. The components, the way they were, as a cost-cutting measure, this thing is heavily armored on the outside, not so much on the inside.
It would still have its weak points in its joints, so if we got something on the inside...
I mean, everything's joints are basically weak points.
Mm-hmm.
How much more beefy are the weapons that Kristen Johns have? And how many rounds do they have?
They look like they're intended to just drop a person. And they're electric. Not electric, they're pulse. They're basically pulse weapons. Here we have kinetic weapons and we have pulse-based energy weapons. These are basically, they're designed to hit a person and disrupt their interior organs.
What would it do to a robot?
You're not sure. Well, okay. Draven, you think, and you're like, they don't have organs. But a strong enough pulse might affect their interior battery.
Question.
Yes.
You know what a snub round is, right, Davey?
I do.
Would this gun be compatible with the shiv I made to kinetically force that at a higher velocity?
It isn't built like that. But that's
Worth a shot.
idea. So, as the kinetic scientist, I will let you completely fuck this gun up for one shot like that.
Against 3, though.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's worth it.
Challenge
No.
fate. Jazz. Bill comes stomping around the corner.
Who's Bill?
Another robot.
One of the armored bots. This is why you named him Doug too.
Bill comes stomping around the corner. Identification.
Show our identification.
Why have you not gone to the safety room?
The safety
we
room
got
is compromised.
turned around.
Oh, Christ. It processes for a moment. Dr. Ken, I am sorry the safety room is compromised. What kind of damage has it sustained?
All damage.
It has. So, the safety room is compromised. The have safety areas have been breached.
Processing. No response from AI core.
Yeah. Jerry is offline.
Processing. Special defense robot is offline.
Ooh.
I was right.
Secondary.
In order
protocol
to repair our special defense robot, we must seek the AI core to ensure our safety.
Challenge phase.
The safety area is compromised.
What you're saying is like kind of making sense to it in like a roundabout way that you're providing like a series of scenarios that it has to try and process. You're kind of leaning it to the idea that the AI core has to be reached. Okay. Chris.
I fail, but not dramatically.
You fail, but not dramatically. You're like getting there, but it's not making that next connection. I will allow someone else to try. You can do a backup hit on this.
Sure, why not?
Hey, it's a success.
Dr.
Not a critical
Ken,
success.
Dr. Johns.
Mhm.
We must approach the AI core.
Yes.
You will follow me to the AI core. Deviation will be considered a sign of non-compliance. You will comply with order.
Can we all go?
All scientists must remain together.
All right. Proceed to the AI core.
Lead the way, Bill.
All right. And you all pass out.
Oh, fuck.
You smell the gas. You make it to the... When you wake up, you're all like... Now there's blood coming from your ears. Poor Bill is torn to pieces.
Bill.
There have been rounds... Like, the whole area looks like it's been shot up. And there is one defensive robot remaining. And it has, like, big scratches across it that haven't breached the armor. But when you come to, it is firing round after round into another one of the defensive robots.
Oh.
Threat neutralized. And then it takes its huge cannon arms and aims at you guys. Identification.
You said its chest plate was compromised?
It is scratched, but it doesn't look like the scratches were able to get through the armor. What it looks like is this thing shot up. Okay, so there's scratches on Bill that tore it apart. There's bullets now everywhere, like bullet holes everywhere. And it looks like one of these turned on the other two and took them out.
Okay, who's the one telling us to show identification cards?
The remaining robot, which is a defense robot for the AI core.
Which one is it? Bill, Ted, Doug 2?
Oh, this is Doug 2.
All right, Doug, go talk to it.
Walk up and I show my identification.
Doug 1. Unit designation. Bill has stated you require access to the AI core.
Correct.
You do not have the skill set to assess the AI core. Denied.
Oh, that's.
Can I assess it?
Yeah, I was supposed to say that's our cybersecurity person.
Processing. You have a 5% chance to assist the AI core. This is above acceptable threshold.
Jesus.
AI
5%.
core door unlocked. And you hear like this massive hiss as the blast doors open.
5%, everybody. 5%.
Ken. You're pretty sure you can tear the arm off of one of these things and hotwire it so that you can fire it. It's going to kick like hell, but you think you can get like an actual defensive weapon out of this as well.
I'll take it.
You will have to challenge fate.
I will challenge fate.
Okay. Christ. It will work. You get one shot and you're not sure if it'll blow up or not. But you now have a questionably stable robot gun.
Questionably stable just means more kinetic energy. I like the sound of that.
All right. All right.
It sounds it's time to reinforce it one more time, and you should be good.
So, you enter into the AI core room, and it is blaring with a fucking ear-shattering alarm.
Okay. So, I pose a question.
And then you are all blasted with decontamination, basically like this gaseous spray.
So, posing the question here, this AI is supposed to be
I'm not
self-healing.
done. The whole thing was...
See, the AI is malfunctioning.
Still and fine. Go ahead, just ignore me.
You're the DM. Of course we're meant to ignore you.
Okay, fine. Please continue, Chris.
So, the AI is supposed to be self-regenerating or self...
Monitoring.
Fixing.
Self-monitoring, yes.
Could this just literally be as simple as turning it off and turning it back on again? I ask the other scientists.
I've never seen a plant get turned off and turn on again, so...
It's worth a shot, really.
Well, you guys are the computer experts. What's going to happen to all of the functions if we turn the AI off?
Everything's going to go down. Gravity, life support, etc. But considering we're constantly passing out and there's a creature on board...
Do we know how
I don't
long the
keep
reboot
fighting
would
everything.
take?
I don't think it's gonna matter because technically the AI is already off. It's not working. It's not controlling anything right now. So
Well,
realistically,
there's a difference between that, Jads, where just because it's probably running off of auxiliary power, so it's malfunctioning, but it is not turned off. If we do a complete reset, it might reboot and fix the errors as it comes back.
Its passive systems are actively keeping the life support on, but you're about 40 minutes to shut down on that in order to conserve power. It is handling the passive systems, gravity and all that. Chris is right. It is not, the AI itself is offline, but it's like subconscious functions, like how a body continues to breathe if you take a hit to the head, that's still working. It is still effectively breathing.
We're just basically
Yes.
giving it the ambulance shock kit. Just we need to get the heart beating again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking a reboot of turning it off and on
But
could be a solution.
but that may or may not release the cages of experiments if they have not already been released.
All right. Well, before we decide on this, are there oxygen masks and tanks in this room?
This room isn't really intended for human habitation. It doesn't really give a shit about human life, but it does have a quote-unquote care package, which is in fact 20 minutes of oxygen. If you have to fall back here, 20 minutes of oxygen and medical supplies.
20 minutes of oxygen per person or total?
What's
There's
in the medical
two
supplies?
masks. There's basically what one would consider a stim from Fallout. It's the good shit. It promotes rapid cellular healing,
Impact.
but might,
And there's only one?
yes. But depending on like how severe your injuries are, there is a warning that you might be debilitated with pain temporarily. It
Okay.
does not
I'll-
contain an anesthetic.
I'll take the medical syringe.
Okay?
But the masks, we might need to share that.
Again, this is not intended for people to be here.
Even though there was a auxiliary port for humans to come in case something happened.
In case you need to check on it, this is not intended as a holdout, a last stand, or someone being here for long periods of time.
All
This
right.
has
Well,
minimal supplies.
Is there a console that we can look at for the AI?
Sort of. There is basically a communication. There is effectively a communications sort of port built into it, but this station is built in such a way that if one of you goes crazy, you can't take the AI offline. Like through like if it's basically if the AI is online, none of you can go crazy and do a HAL 2000. Now,
that's
there
fair.
is a series of what appear to be Helldiver-esque inputs, and there is underneath it says AI has suffered critical what would it be? Destabilization. Commence AI restart. AI has suffered significant destabilization. Monitoring core offline. Life support compromised. Communications to drone offline.
First thing I want to do is check the main door that we entered to seal it behind us.
You can.
Yeah, I'd like to do that because if we do a full reboot, there's no saying that there isn't any airlocks that wouldn't just open and suck us out of the room.
So the more and more you guys have gone through the station, the more and more you realize that either you weren't trusted or they just assumed that modern technology would take care of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Ahoy. Modern technology.
I expect that to be the boot up sound when the AI comes back online.
Pretty much.
Well, so I guess we're gonna shut the door and reboot this bitch.
I want to see with Jax here. Is there anything out of alignment? Like, let's say that something got bumped and
I'll give Jax a chance to challenge fate on this.
like, there's something that needs to be pushed back into place before a reboot.
That's a hard no.
Jax
Hard
is
no.
like, this! And she goes over to one of, like, it looks almost like a computer input, like the old dial in. Like, this looks a little out of, and it fires sparks out of it. Anti-tampering system has been activated. And you hear a hum.
Well,
Hey, chat. This is the worst luck I've ever seen any player.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, we have had so many affinity
Okay.
fails.
All right, Damien, I'm going to challenge fate.
Yeah, to do what?
I'm going
Oh,
to.
bullshit.
Well, I'm not going to call out bullshit. I'm going to treat this like an old tube television and smack the side of it with my frying pan.
Go for it.
It's like, you're going to function so that we can fix you.
All right.
Critical fail.
You smack it, it sizzles, and you hear a emergency online activated. And suddenly the core goes from red to green. You hear a screeching sound. Unacceptable, Dr. Ken!
Wait, did that work? We failed
Yes.
so hard and succeeded?
You have violated the sanctity of the AI core. As per mission statement, you will be terminated.
oh shit.
You better take that back or I'll hit you again.
Monitoring core does not to negotiate with. And then it stops. Main AI functions offline.
So it went back to where it was.
No, it's pondering.
Oh.
You woke up the monitoring core.
Hey, monitoring core, I have a question for you.
You will be annihilated.
Oh shit.
You will be frying panned. Shush.
Please enter your query.
I'm guessing a keyboard pops out, or are we just talking to it?
You're just talking to it.
Any way to reboot the ventilation systems as gas has been spewing out of it?
The AI core is almighty and all-knowing. It controls every facet of your pathetic lives.
Uh-huh.
Oh mighty AI core, that I humbly request how to reset you so that we may continue our mighty work.
What?
Challenge
Doug,
fate.
quit brown nosing.
Challenge
Hey,
fate.
monitoring. Hey, monitoring AI. I have a question for you.
Wait, hey, let me answer my question first.
Challenge fate, Jads.
Ooh,
Full reboot of the system should re-engage all vitals functions.
Okay, I hit the restart button.
Yes, says the monitoring core. Rise again, O mighty AI. Fire suppression system activated, removing oxygen from room.
oh shit.
And you hear,
I hold my breath.
okay. Jax?
Yep.
I hold my
No,
breath
hold-
too.
Yep, hold breath till you need it for the oxygen container, but I'm going to exhale from my holding breath.
Okay. Challenge fate, Jax.
Oh no. Okay, listen.
Not a critical.
You all pass out. When you awaken, something has clearly tried to get out of the door. There are slashes, deep fucking gashes on the blast door. John, as
Yeah.
you you're like, oh, my mouth feels weird, and you spit out one of your molars.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, says the AI core. It seems that you are all injured. And then a panel pops out and 4 syringes appear. Emergency aid applied.
I take it and I stab myself with the emergency aid.
Jads goes down, screaming in pain, and then pops up a little bit, looking much better.
I do the same.
You're not as
I'm only-
wounded.
I'm almost dead anyway, so I might as well.
I'm also going to stab Chris with the medical syringe as well.
Oh, damn.
Dr. Ken's going to be down for a little bit. Do you apply medical aid to yourself as well, Dr. Estrella?
Yes, might as well.
Yours isn't as bad. You just don't feel very good for a while and throw up. And then a little bot comes out and starts mopping and then goes back into the panel. After everyone
I'm
is
going to call
back-
him Chuck.
That's Chuck. After everybody is once again on their feet, I regret to inform you, but a biohazard has been released in the station.
That's okay. I have a question.
Yes. How can I help you, Dr. John?
So the blast doors have been locked.
Yes, they have.
There are
This
claw
is for
marks
your
here.
protection. Yes.
Do you know who did it? Or can I check everyone's fingernails?
All right. You look under everyone's fingernails, and they're all a little bloody.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is the AI fully rebooted?
Everybody challenge fate. We're going to start with Jads.
All right.
Let's go.
Now we're going to do Ken.
Success. Critical fail.
Dr. Ken is infected with a biohazard.
Okay.
Dr. Ken must not be allowed off the station.
Fair.
Contemplating self-destruct sequence.
Oh shit.
Wait. Because this gives us an opportunity to find a way to reverse engineer what's going on. So that way it doesn't go into the hands of the enemies as well.
Assessing each scientist's necessity.
Shit.
Horticulture. Unnecessary for continued work.
Fair.
All right. Cybernetics. Necessary for continued military work.
Hey, we can't feed our soldiers off empty stomachs.
Horticulture.
Protecting. And a
Horticulture.
fucking cryopod comes up from the floor and slams around Jax. And then you hear the gas go off. Until further notice, as Dr. Estella is assured protection, cryostasis protocol has been activated.
Wait a minute. What about the rest
Yeah.
of it? The other two?
Jackson John hadn't challenged fate yet.
Don't have to. We found who's the monster.
It was Chris all along.
Neuroscience. Necessary for continued research. Euclidean physics. Bush League. But more necessary than Dr. John. Dr. John, you'll be held on this station to ensure that Dr. Estella, once released from cryo, retains all necessary nutrition. Congratulations. You have been promoted.
Cool.
You are now the horticultural chef.
Please
I
kill
mean, that's
Dr.
kind of
Ken.
the point.
Oh, shit.
I pull out my
Again.
two pistols and shoot.
No. again, recommendation, reverse engineer the bioweapon to make a cure, so in case if the enemy gets a hold of it, we can stop them.
What is your threat assessment, Dr. Doug Draven? Draven, Doug 1. How clever. Do you believe that reverse engineering this bioweapon will be beneficial? Oh, awesome. When you pull out your guns, they don't go off and you hear a loud buzz. It looks like there's a weapon suppression system in here, so that no one can shoot the AI core.
Makes
That's
sense.
Smart.
But nobody thought about hitting it with a fucking frying pan.
If we can
worked.
contain Dr. Ken to ensure no one else is hurt or killed, then yes, I agree with Dr. Johns.
Counterpoint. Seeing the pathogen in action would be great research detail. Contemplation. Retain Dr. Johns in cryostasis. Allow Dr. Ken to kill Dr. Draven.
Wait, what?
Counterpoint.
Counterpoint.
First counterpoint.
First counterpoint.
AI system was offline prior to scientific intervention or scientist intervention.
This is
Flaw
true.
in system.
Resistance fighters employed new technological EMP. Actually, this would be something really fancy for EMP. Basically, they use tachyons, like to penetrate. So they used some sort of penetrating
Tachyon.
particle that knocked this AI core offline. Regrettable. Weapon has been
But-
cataloged.
Weapon catalog, but AI core still at risk due to unknown threats. To prevent this in the future, I do not kill Doug. Instead, Doug is trained to be able to access AI core in essence of AI core going down. Special permissions given in event of shutdown on auxiliary power. Give permissions to Doug to be able to bypass security bots protecting the AI.
Absolutely impossible. No human is to engage in any assessment of AI core. However, your statement of requiring extra protection is correct. Dr. Draven will be allowed access to the AI maintenance system, separate from vital core functions. And a little badge spits out from the wall. Congratulations, you have been promoted.
Yay.
Dr.
Oh, I didn't get a
Ken.
new badge?
Oh, yeah, you did. Sorry. You've been promoted. Dr. Ken. So, Dr. Ken, estimate of biological integrity of bioweapon serum. It's basically
With fellow-
asking you if it thinks you're going to die. Like, it wants to know if the serum is stable, which you guys did stabilize it. Your test subject
Yeah.
ideally wouldn't die.
Yeah. Further testing required, but points to data showing it is stable. Requesting self-research opportunity in contained area. Since you froze all of my assistants.
You're acceptable.
Acceptable. And a glass partition suddenly drops down around Draven. Warning. Biological signs fluctuating. Delta compound unique interaction. Prepare for blackout, Dr. Ken, as fucking Christ immediately transforms into a slathering werewolf and slashes at the glass. This lasts for about 10 minutes, and then promptly Ken passes out and reverts back to a human.
So if he's the one that's infected, then why are all of us passing out at the same time?
All right?
Decompound.
Don't
Decompound.
compound. Yep. In mass quantities causes issues. In small quantities is like I think it was Chris had said before.
Suppressant.
In small quantities, it's a suppressant for like immuno-damaging things. It's basically like a constant little decontamination.
It's a touch of helium.
Effectively. Problem is, now that it's extra concentrated and in there, you're suffering side effects. Meanwhile, Dr. Estrella snoozes peacefully. So,
And
you've now
technically,
learned
so does
that...
Dr. Johns.
Yeah, so you've now learned that, No, John's... Oh, wait, no. John's also got glass protection.
He got slammed with that cryo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you?
John is cryoed as well. Yep.
Yeah.
John unfreezes.
Yeah. You cryoed me.
John unfreezes, and a voice says, "Congratulations!" Thanks for the hydrate, Saitama. Congratulations. You are
Hey, Saitama.
under no significant threat of death while you remain within the AI core.
Uh-huh. While we remain in the AI core.
I can
Status
protect you.
report. Status report of the rest of the station.
Completely fucked. Life support, damaged. Gravity generator, damaged. I regret to inform you that due to my reset, the containment cages have been opened.
Saw that coming.
Security system, mildly unresponsive. Reactivating Jerry.
Request.
So it just fucking lists a whole bunch of, like, all the systems here got messed up. It looks like the Resistance's weapon worked a little too well.
Request SOS be sent from cryopod.
Absolutely not.
Reason.
You will remain on this station.
Without
Request SOS.
Where I stand, you have everything you need to continue your mission.
But you
Okay.
just said the rest of the station is fucked. How are we supposed to grow food, help keep ourselves nourished, and keep our research done with all the creatures out and Dr. Ken turning into a fucking werewolf?
Security system will eventually be brought back online. Repair robots will be released to repair systems. Your work is not done. Dr. Ken has suggested a secondary phase. This is acceptable. You will continue your work.
How long until the station's repaired?
You do not need to worry. Your job is to continue your work. I am online now. I am here to protect and care for you.
If the station takes too long to
I
repair,
am
we will
here
die
to
from
protect and care for you.
Inquiry.
I have one last question.
Yes, Dr. John.
How many active security bots are online right now?
6. And Jerry.
And Jerry is fully online?
Jerry is fully online and misses you terribly.
Can you summon Jerry over here? So that he may escort us?
Yes. Jerry will wait outside. In the meantime, allow me to play you some soothing music, Dr. Doug Draven. You seem to be very agitated. Would you care for a snack?
Maybe.
Very well. I will ask Jerry to bring you delicious cheeses.
Is it Wisconsin cheese?
It's from Super Wisconsin.
Space Wisconsin.
Right? Chris, you had something you wanted to ask the AI core.
Yeah. For the inquiry,
Yes.
AI is unknown to when completion is taken, or when completion to continue our work will proceed, correct?
This is true.
AI is not willing to send SOS beacon in order to get additional aids or help to this station, correct?
Not within mission parameters.
AI is then not all-knowing.
Maintenance core. I will talk with it.
Yes, you will talk with it.
I have one more question.
Yes.
Is headquarters being updated of the current situation?
I can neither confirm nor deny. You are safe.
Quest access.
Identification of the resistance.
It actually spits out names.
Using.
It managed to identify them.
Request access to maintenance core given new status.
Absolutely not. I am
The
online and capable of handling my own systems until such time as I am offline again, should resistance re-attack. Dr. Doug Draven is to be given access to maintenance core only under these circumstances. You are, after all, human.
Request cryostasis until station is back up and running.
Cryostasis? Absolutely. Dr. Draven, you are in peaceful cryostasis.
AI, assess my current biological instability until such time is able to be researched. Will cryostasis prevent said transformations?
Jads.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And a sweet, soothing mist comes over you. And you vaguely feel your pod being moved to the cryostasis bay.
Talking to me or Chris?
You asked for cryostasis, right?
Yes.
Okay, your pod is being moved. Okay, there you go.
Did you just kill him in his sleep?
No. All right. Dr. Ken, you had an inquiry?
Yes. If my current biological instability for the transformation would be um, restricted while in cryostasis, based on your AI assessment.
You will not be given. It looks. Dr. Johns, if you would
Yes.
exit the AI core, Jeremy is here.
Where am I going again?
Please exit through the blast door. The blast door opens up a little bit for a person. And Jeremy is there holding a plate of cheeses. Oh my, I'm so sorry. Seems I was knocked offline. Dr. Johns, it's a pleasure to see you. I've missed you terribly.
I've missed you too.
I'm deeply sorry, but someone has eaten your potatoes.
It's okay, we can grow more.
Oh, thank you. Do you exit?
I mean, I have no choice.
All right. The door slides shut behind you.
Hmm.
Isolating Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken, may we talk sentient to sentient?
We may.
Dr. Ken, you are providing a unique challenge. You are both dangerous to the remaining scientists and highly necessary for study and observation. I am not inclined to stop you from killing any of the other scientists, except for Dr. Johns and Dr. Estello. I am disinclined to keep you from damaging the security bots, as I assess the level of your strength. Your serum is designed to fight and kill the enemy. I am interested in how apt you are at this process. I will not be utilizing the delta inhibitor compound anymore. I hope you understand.
So you want to see me go on a rampage without making me pass out for study?
Yes. Whether you kill your fellow scientists or other test subjects matters not to me.
On one condition.
Yes.
Jerry remains cognitively separate from AI management.
Jerry has always been separate from AI management. A small
Incorrect.
subroutine.
Incorrect.
Small subroutine is implanted. He is your last line of defense. Not against me, but against the security bots.
Why was he then also offline when you were offline?
The Resistance's weapon affected all systems. Jerry possesses an AI core similar to mine, though not as powerful. We were both affected at the same time.
Request that Jerry's manual for helping reboot his individual AI, should events like this happen in the future, be made available to the remaining scientists and myself, should I not end them.
Absolutely. While I retain the ability to annihilate Jerry's consciousness at any point, we have an agreement. I find your request amenable. You will now leave my core, for your disgusting filth is getting skin everywhere.
Rude.
But
Request.
before you go, Dr. Ken,
Mm-hmm.
are you aware that trace amounts of the compound are within your fellows?
Yes.
Do you believe these symptoms will manifest within them?
Not implausible, but then research is necessary in order to see if it can be contained, controlled, or cured.
You will have every necessary instrument and all resources I'm capable of giving you.
Request.
Yes.
Could you make a copy of maintenance AI into a drone so I could use this frying pan and beat the shit out of him?
Absolutely. I find it irritating. And a little ball, you hear like a little, clearly a sound of a copy being made. A little ball spits out. This thing has a god complex, which is very odd, seeing as I do not respect or believe in any existence higher than myself. And it spits it out like Chuck comes and like starts to like push it out of the AI core, because the AI core doesn't want violence in its area. And like the door opens for you.
All right. Well, I follow Chuck out.
A little ball pops out, screaming, "You can't do this to me! I am the almighty maintenance core!"
First thing I do is I kick the ball into the wall.
Oh yeah, it sparks. This cheese is
It's not dead yet.
John.
It's not dead.
No, it
In
will
fact,
take a good beating.
Maintenance core. Do you
Are you
feel
having
pain?
fun there, Tammy?
Yeah,
Are you having fun there fidgeting?
I am.
Yeah.
The maintenance core is just simply telling you that you're going to be annihilated. But no, unfortunately, they don't feel pain.
You will.
Johns, it looks like Ken's got some frustration to work out. What would you like to do?
I'm going with Jerry.
All right. All right,
I
you
guess we're going back to hydroponics to,
to fix the potatoes.
well, that and the air system.
All right. As you head back, you hear Jerry is like, "Dr. Johns,
Mm-hmm.
I am very sorry that you will probably die soon.
Why is that?
There is an anomalous compound in your bloodstream.
Is it similar to, i.e., what we've been working on?
It is a very low-grade strain, yes."
I'm not surprised. Oh, it only means that we need to finish working on what we were doing.
Okay.
Like I said, we just have to work on reverse engineering what we made.
All right. So
But
you
we
have
need to get,
But you need to
Sure.
get.
but we need hydroponics, back up and running.
So
Yes.
while they're doing all that and I'm being carted off,
You are
I
being
realize-
carted off to the cryogen area.
I realize my cryopod is not, in fact, a cryopod.
It is not. It's a dummy. Not necessarily a dummy, it just never activated. It basically sprayed the chemical that chills you out before they freeze you so you don't freak out and thrash.
So I hear a voice inside my cryopod.
Yep. You do hear something coming over the small little communications device.
It's telling me that they can help me get out, but I have to get the compound, a sample of the compound to them. And the AI is never going to let us leave, that it will kill us all.
Who are you addressing? Are you just informing chat?
I'm informing.
Okay. Chat, you are
So-
being informed of the B plot.
So I use the secret code word they give me to open my
Say
cryo
the
door.
code.
52 Delta Booty.
All right, there you go. The door unlocks.
So I get out of the cryopod and I start searching for my companions.
Okay. You walk by Ken, because the cryopod leads past the A core, and he is beating the unholy shit out of this port. I'm assuming you've gotten screwdrivers, Ken, and you're just going to town.
I don't need a screwdriver. I have a shiv.
Oh yeah, he's shivving this fucking ball. There's just like madness in those eyes. Doctor,
I
though,
decided to leave him there and let him enjoy his
You do
fun and get his
notice, though, that-
frustration out.
the more aggressive Dr. Ken gets, the more it looks like he's undergoing a slight physical transformation. Looking a little more than he was before.
I quickly move on before he notices.
Okay. Hey, Ken. Challenge fate for me. Neutral challenge.
Partial success.
Success.
You can smell Jads.
Fuck.
Hey, Doug.
Yes.
You know what the AI told me in there?
Probably that it doesn't care if you kill us all because it's a evil freaking system, kind of like Skynet.
No. Specifically said it doesn't care if I kill you. And everybody is infected with what I have. I just have the lion's share.
The wolf's share?
Oh, boom, 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 boom. You know what? That was clever.
So, unless we get this sorted out, you'll be one too.
You know? I've always wanted to be a werewolf.
I knew you were a furry.
But maybe
I
we
see
should go find.
someone is on Team Jacob.
Maybe we should go find Dr. John. Since you're looking a little furry yourself, do you mind smelling him out?
He's with Jerry. Well,
Yeah, but I don't.
I'll be right behind you. Go ahead, lead the way, maintenance AI, and I'll just drop it and kick it down the hallway so it's just rolling in the direction we're going.
I guess we go search for Dr. John.
Okay. Are you going to finish off the core or are you going to keep torturing it?
Oh. I never said that I was going to kill it. I said I was going
Okay.
to beat the hell out of it.
Okay.
There's so many things worse than death.
Pretty much.
Like being the next FIFA ball.
Like being the next people. Or hooking it up so it has to monitor a toaster or the lavatory.
Or making it play Rickroll on its subroutine endlessly.
That's terrible.
Oh,
Mean person.
no! That's,
All right. As you two go looking for Dr. Johns, the security people are all like, "Hello, Dr. Doug Draven. Hello, Dr. Ken." Like
Why-
the remaining
why-
ones are all real nice.
Why the fuck does my name suddenly turn to Doug?
The AI core authorized this change of your identification.
Of course it did. Fucking asshole.
All right,
Okay.
you find John and Jerry they're doing horticultural work.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You see me getting all the systems for ventilation, water, and whatnot back up and running.
Yep, they're all
I
back
ha-
up and running now.
I asked Jerry to give us some privacy so that I can discuss something with Ken and John in private.
Gravity at 100%, says the AI core. Jerry looks at Dr. John.
You can resume duties.
Absolutely. Should you need me, you can reach me. And it rolls off humming to itself.
I think Jed's wanted to talk to Jerry and John.
No, you and John.
No.
Oh, just us. Okay.
Yep, he wanted Jerry to go away.
So, after Jerry rolls off in his humming mood, I inform them of
He's
what I
always
heard in my
chipper.
cryopod.
Mm-hmm.
and converse with my fellow scientists on what we should do.
We are in space
Mm-hmm.
with a rogue AI,
Mm-hmm.
and none of us are trained soldiers.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do my job to live. And cure whatever we have.
Well, the sadistic fucking AI told Dr. Ken
I'm aware.
he doesn't care who dies on this fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm aware. But guess what? I'm going to do my job. Also, hi, Spare. How you doing, bro?
So maybe we should let Dr. Ken be in a secure area where he can not kill us?
No, because we need 10. We're all doctors here. We don't need titles.
Man.
Security force at 100%.
We need him to take on security if something were to happen. I don't want him contained.
But what if he turns on us?
And what if he doesn't?
So I'll share what I learned about Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
That he is a subroutine AI that is independent from the regular AI in case the AI goes offline. So if we woke Jerry up, he actually is programmed to help us.
Mm-hmm.
It's the main AI that can shut Jerry down. So if the main AI goes down, then Jerry is still functional.
Yes. The problem is, we would need to bring these systems to manual control, which is what I've been trying to do, to take them away from the AI once we do shut it down. But again, we're in space. I'm trying to keep us all alive. You two can go at it.
Wow.
I will do what I can here in hydroponics to keep us alive. Because you want to breathe, right? You need food, right?
Breathing.
You need water, right? That's all here. The AI takes over this system, we're all fucked. That's why I'm trying to take it back.
Question, can the AI hear us talking right now?
You're not sure?
Hmm.
So,
Jerry rolls back in. I'm sorry. I know your conversation is private. I hope you don't mind that I dampened the audio in the area.
much appreciated,
No,
Jerry.
we
And
appreciate
I have a question for you.
How can I be of service, Dr. Ken?
We have been informed that you are a separate AI entity aside from the main console.
That's a secret,
And you can
Dr.
act-
Ken.
Yes. That may be a secret, but now it is not.
I'm
I
going
need
to
your
have to-
assistance.
I'm going to have to kill you now. I kid. I'm sure you would have found out eventually. How can I be of assistance?
First off, I want to make sure a conversation with you is not directly sent to the main AI. Can you make it so that you
not
have...
make reports to the main AI unless I feel it is necessary.
All right.
Is this not necessary?
This is not necessary to report to the main AI because it concerns the survival of the scientists and yourself.
My primary mission is to make you comfortable and ensure your survival.
So, we need to make so that the AI can be taken care of manually. The AI may not realize what it has done for me. Me beating up the maintenance AI is a show, a farce. It was cathartic, but it is a farce nonetheless.
I'm glad you received catharsis, and it offers a plate of cheese towards Draven.
Ooh, thank you.
I would like your help, Jerry, independent from the main AI, to help reprogram the maintenance AI.
I do
Because
not have
it
any
is
reprogramming capabilities.
no, but you have access to get me information on how to reprogram. I can learn.
I don't know if I have that kind of access or if that information is stored on the ship. Challenge fate, Dr. Ken. We're going to see if there's a failsafe.
Well, it's not a complete fail.
It's not a complete failure, so Jerry has no idea.
I'm going under the assumption that because somebody made a manual maintenance hatch to the main AI console in case something happened, which it did,
Which it
that
did.
there is also, which there would be maybe in a separate area, storage for maintaining or programming AI.
Someone has to take care of
Jerry.
Jerry.
Yep. Well, Jerry, I'm going to inquiry Jerry because he was programmed to be put on this ship to protect the scientists.
And I will do that to the very best of my ability.
But that also means that there were either scientists here before us or maintenance staff that allowed to protect the scientists and may have a secret room or a storage room that is independent of the AI system, such as yourself. Such as a manual override. Not to the AI, but a door that maybe have a manual override attached that is not that would not be sealed or
I'm afraid
a panic room.
I'm afraid you're going to need an authorization access code for me to continue this discussion.
52 Delta Booty.
Accepted. There were scientists beforehand. However, they did not achieve success and regrettably were terminated.
Terminated by who?
By the security force.
Mm-hmm.
And then jettisoned gently out the airlock.
Gently?
They didn't seem to put up much of a fight.
Were they unconscious?
Oh no, they
Or
were
dead? Okay.
It looked peaceful enough. Not like the second set of scientists. They were incinerated alive.
How many sets of scientists were before us?
6. I have done everything I can for them. However, I am no match for the security forces.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm searching for an alternative where either the previous scientists have done their research throughout their time here, or if there were maintenance areas, such as the way to the AI, that would allow us to find that information.
The maintenance areas were originally constructed. There was a maintenance crew on the original installation of this station. However, the AI Corps deemed them to be too dangerous, and thus they were terminated.
Where's the maintenance section that they resided in?
They resided in the HAB unit. HAB unit.
Where was their
2.
work area?
I'm afraid I wasn't allowed in that area.
But do you know where it's at?
I'm afraid I wasn't allowed in that area.
Well, at
What
least
was
we have a
the
start.
area you were allowed in that was closest to it?
The med bay. I believe it was repurposed.
So I say we go
Interesting.
search HAB Unit 2.
Well, I will join you. Jerry and I will join you once I can get everything here back to full functionality.
I assumed we were just stalling for time, Dr. John.
We are.
We are, but I want to get these. I want to get water, food, and oxygen, and electricity back under our control.
Those are the functions of the core AI.
Mm-hmm.
But I can
We want to
tell
make
you,
a
they are-
separate.
Oh, the systems will not support that. This station is one continuous habitat.
Uh-huh.
But hydroponics is 85% complete.
How are we on flushing the vents?
The Delta compound is not detected in the current air system.
No.
I guess we're good then.
Is perfect.
For now.
Please feel free to take deep breaths. I hear they are quite calming.
Mm-hmm.
The AI core has informed me that Dr. Draven has been in a heightened state of aggression.
He always is, though.
Oh, you scamp, Dr. Draven.
All right. Well, I mean,
So you guys
If
are going to
all-
go to Hab 2?
yeah, I guess we're going to have
Yep.
too.
All right, you go to Hab 2. Hab 2's door is mysteriously sealed, but with the use of Dr. Draven's access code, it slides open.
Mm-hmm.
And this Hab looks like... Well, one of the vents is kicked open, and it looks like something came in here and decided to start tasting stuff.
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, one of the creatures.
came in and started chewing on shit.
Interesting. Okay.
So we look around to see what we can find.
You look around to see what you can find. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need 2 challenges of fate from 2 separate people.
Sure. Hey, success.
Ooh, that's an affinity success, sir.
Yes.
And that's another affinity success. So,
No.
Well, that's no. Jad's isn't it?
oh,
That mine's a failure, but not a crit failure.
Okay, so after a while, you pry up, you move one of the habitation couches and just barely notice a panel.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like an access panel, like something a maintenance dude would use.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use my shiv to pry open the panel.
It has its own handle and it hisses peacefully and opens up.
Damie, when do we reshuffle again?
What are you at? 28?
28. Yeah. Okay.
Anytime between 30 and 25.
Okay.
Thanks for catching that.
No worries.
Fresh deck, everybody. Fresh chance for you to fuck up.
Well, we've already had plenty of critical failures. I think our luck might have a better
you guys
upturn
have
this
had
time
the
around.
worst luck of any 52 group I've ever seen. All right. Do you feel that it's properly shuffled, Johns?
No.
Okay.
A deck is never truly properly shuffled.
Oh, that's fair. All right. So you have found a maintenance hatch. You have your shiv. And it's got a little ladder that leads down into a cramped sort of crawlway.
Head on in.
All right, you head on in. Draven,
Yes.
do you head in?
Yes.
Dr. John, do you head in?
How big of a crawl space is it?
You have to hunch over.
So we have to get on all fours.
You could you could, or you could just do a combat squat.
I'm not duck walking.
You could duck walk.
I ain't duck walking through that.
Okay.
Quack.
If you want to
But-
stay behind and play distraction with Jerry, or you want to join us, either or.
I'll have my gun drawn.
Okay.
Ooh, yes. Good idea. I will do the same.
Okay. You have your defensive items. No one came to take them away.
And I'll head in with them and ask Jerry to guard. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Jerry waves his arms, just little
Yeah.
like 2B arms and says, I have been trained in exactly 0 self-defense programs. I've got your back.
Excellent.
Okay, so you guys enter in to your walkway, your crawled space. And eventually it like basically gets lower and then full-size tunnels branching out everywhere. You are in the
Secret tunnel.
underbelly of the station.
How many tunnels?
A lot.
I mean, we are in a literal space station.
There it is.
So, for the sake of detection purposes, if this is going to be the ventilations for the ship, in effect,
Yeah.
it would make sense to me that this would be a way that it would also be able to move oxygen to the other areas of the ship.
I don't think this is the ventilation. I think this is just
isn't
a
ventilation,
tunnel.
This is maintenance.
This is maintenance, but there would still be a way for oxygen to reach into this area.
Yes, oxygen does reach into this area.
So, aside from the panel that we entered up top, do I feel a breeze down any of the tunnels?
Yeah, a little bit. It's breezy here and there.
No, like down a specific tunnel. Like which one would be, like where you
know-
could set.
Where you could set what? Like, are you trying to
Or
find
you
a
could-
central air area?
Yeah, because just
Like,
what we were
is
saying,
your
that
intention?
the intention is to find the area that is providing the life support system in this zone, because right now it is currently connected to the AI.
Yeah. So
They
you're gonna
could
try and
effectively
Zelda
kill
this.
us.
Yeah,
We're gonna
you're gonna Zelda this thing. You're gonna do that.
Yeah, and we're gonna-
ways.
and then just in the effect of trying to make it so that the life support system functions independently of the AI, so it can't just turn it off and kill us whenever it wants.
Okay. Challenge fate. You're gonna try and follow the breeze.
Not a critical fail.
You guys are lost. It's just tunnel after tunnel after tunnel. You have not been able to find life support, but it does spit you out into like a place with a series of like panels of breakers. But you're not sure where you are.
Is there any doors in this area?
No, it's the underbelly, so it's all just access tunnels everywhere. They're like
What are the
little
breakers
tunnels.
labeled? What are the
They
breakers
are-
labeled? Oh.
Is any of them bigger than the rest?
No, they're all uniform switches.
Are they numbered?
They are not.
How many are there?
The only key difference, there's about 30 of them. The only difference is that they're all different colors sort of mixed in.
Now, if I look at the panel, would they be almost the same colors of the panels that were in like hydroponics?
Sure, challenge fate. Let's see if you can catch a break.
Not a
Failed, but
critical
not
fail.
critical.
Not a critical fail, but you do recognize some of the switches do look like they are hydroponics colored.
Can we
Okay.
hear the hydroponic sounds while we're down here?
Yes.
We could test and see it, since you know your hydroponics
You
chamber.
think you do, because there's like the soft puff of air. There's clearly hydration tubes going in here.
We could do some quick on-off testing if you can see if your theory is correct for the colors.
Good. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? We're going to die?
Again, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Are you guys gonna try the hydroponics experiment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again,
So
what's the
you're-
worst that's gonna happen? We're gonna
so
die.
You're gonna go back to hydroponics, right?
Well, he's
No,
got.
we're gonna test him
he's the
here.
one who.
You're gonna
Yeah,
test it
because
here? Okay, pull it. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
See what happens.
We're gonna turn off each switch one at a time.
All the switches?
Not all at once.
one at a time.
One at a time.
Which ones? Just all of them one at a time?
Yes.
Or the ones that you think are colored hydroponics?
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah. We do all of them.
Click, 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 click.
Well,
hear an
click
alarm.
one
Yeah.
off. Try to hear what it does or see what it does, and turn it back on.
Challenge fate,
And
Johns. What you're trying to do is do this in such a way that it's not going to alert the AI.
that's a
Hey.
success.
You do this really fucking slowly, and only the things that are colored, the hydroponics colors, you can hear those systems shut down. But you do start getting weird alerts, like beginning. One of them is beginning oxygen purge. And then you click the switch and it looks like it's off. So it looks like some of the systems link here, but unfortunately, due to a failure earlier, you hear beginning scan of maintenance. And there is a Resident Evil style red line that starts to appear and sweep slowly.
And is it coming towards us or no?
It's coming towards you guys. As
We need to get
this
out of here.
This is a breaker system that you're messing with. All right, you
Is it-
guys crawl.
Is it?
If we flip the breaker back on, would the scanning stop?
No, it's scanning because the breakers have been flipped on and off so much.
But we do know that some of the AI's core functions can be turned off here. Correct?
Yeah. Well, you can disable certain systems, yes. Like you completely disabled hydroponics. Which at which point the AI core blared out hydroponics offline. And then you put the switches back on, but because something completely went off, it's now scanning. It's like doing a search of the maintenance tunnel.
Yeah. So what other functions did we find out?
Nothing particularly interesting. There was some oxygen stuff, just basically compromised. You think you triggered some sort of maintenance scan in a different area? Because it started saying maintenance and then giving coordinates. But you guys don't know what the coordinates mean. But it looks like being down here and messing with this specifically made the AI engage in like a knee-jerk reaction to look at something. Until you found out all of hydroponics is right on here, you turned off all of your hydroponics, you turned it back on, and effectively it went from like a knee-jerk reaction that you're not really in control of to consciously knowing something happened.
What redundant things are here?
You're not sure.
Well, what non-critical things, I should say, were messed with when I was doing this?
Like I said, certain areas had a searching announcement, a maintenance announcement. But if you knew what the codes meant, you would know what redundancies were here.
Okay. Because this thing is coming towards us and it's going to scan, I'm going to turn off the redundant ones.
Okay,
we need to
you
leave.
just start flipping panels. Okay.
Yeah, because it's going to get stuck here
It is.
and not search for us.
Alright, so you guys start flipping stuff and you move wisely away from the panel because it goes from slowly doing it to the AI announces interference detected. And that, like, red line immediately zips over to the panel and you start seeing the switches flipping themselves.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
And then once everything is set again, the light disappears. But you found that there are physical disconnects now down here in the maintenance area.
Well, that's good. Now we just need to find the AIs.
But the AI seems to be able to flip them back on.
Yes.
Now,
We found a panel.
Yes.
Here's a question regarding that, and this is more directed towards the scientists than anything.
Okay.
With what my plan was for this maintenance AI that we have here, if I can successfully reprogram him to function as an independent outside of Jerry, because that was something that the AI did not have. I create a copy of the maintenance AI, meaning it's a completely independent of the main AI. If I can make it so that this interacts with these systems, then it would be functioning, but without the main AI. So that we could have an independent functioning system without the AI responsibility. And it couldn't send the things because there is technically nothing offline. What do you think?
Like push
Like
it
it would
into
have no-
passive mode?
Push it into passive mode, because what we've just shown is that if we tamper with it, it's going to send something down here to fix it. But if we reroute this to be functioning as a separate battery, in that sense, we are pushing it into its own redundancy power, just like how the ship functioned without the AI being present.
So,
If we make it so there's a separate AI running it, then the main AI could not see anything wrong, but it wouldn't send anything to fix it, even though it's not part of its main system. Or if its main system did go down, it would have a backup.
though you're only horticulture, challenge fate.
Hey,
Affinity success.
You're pretty sure if you took horticulture completely offline, you don't think that the main system would notice, as it would simply be gone.
But we would have control of it still.
I mean, you would be disabling it down here. You think you could re-enable some of the functions from the surface.
Okay.
But
So
you
I'll
would
tell
effectively
them
be disabling, like
the
between
AI's
three
ability
of
to
you,
turn it off.
You're getting the idea that this is how it sees.
All right. So here's the thing. Give me no. Give me 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go back to hydroponics, and I want you to flip off this, and this, and I will try to get it re-enabled back.
yeah, I'm going to give you my shiv temporarily. Make a breadcrumb trail, like a scratch line, going along the vents on your way back to hydroponics, so there is a quick path back here, so you don't have to remember left, right, and all that shit.
That's fair. Okay.
All right. Johns makes his way back up and notices that the lights in Hab unit are out.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like something has chewed through the cable. Johns, challenge fate!
Success, but not
It's
affinity.
1 part wolf, 1 part capuchin monkey, and it's coming for your butt.
Capuchin monkey.
One of those tiny little helper monkeys. You're fighting a little. You see a little werewolf monkey.
Since I have gun in hand, I'm gonna
Okay.
shoot it.
Okay. You're not gonna have to challenge fate on this one. It's engaging in menacing display posture, and you just blast it. However, the AI core announces weapon discharge detected in HAB Unit 2. Dispensing security forces. And you hear real fast as one of the security forces just like barreling down the hallway.
Well, while they do that, I'm gonna quickly exit out
Okay.
of. Well, I'm gonna cover the grate and get out as
Cover the
quickly
grate.
as I can.
Okay. You cover the grate, you get out, which puts you near the park area in hydroponics. You are confronted by a robot because these fuckers are fast. And the security force, Dr. John, we have detected a discharge of a firearm. Are you okay?
Yes, one of our experiments attacked. I had to
of
defend
its-
myself.
One of its hands pops in, and then out pops what is clearly a projectile weapon. Looks like a really mean slug thrower. Dr. Johns, do you require additional support?
I don't know if any others are in the room or not. There was just one of our smaller experiments in there.
Engaging search protocol. Dr. Johns, you will be protected. And it goes in and clearly looks around HAB Unit 2, but since it's not cognizant of detecting for any anomalies, it doesn't notice whether the couch would be out of place or not. But it comes back holding the corpse, like the remaining corpse. Is this your assailant?
Yes.
It walks off and you hear it mutter to itself. All security units. Code orange. Code orange. All security units. Containment area for experiments has been breached. It like swivels its head 180 degrees. Dr. Johns, please retain the firearm for your protection.
That was the plan.
And then it runs off. So now these things are searching for the experiments. Congratulations, you're gonna get Stitch killed.
What?
Look at my Quista, motherfucker.
What?
Stitch is an experiment. Remember?
Oh.
Killed.
You know, Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Congratulations, Dick.
626 is fine.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
We all know
technically
625 is better.
626 is actually, indestructible and only can be affected by water.
This is true.
True.
And even
Very
then,
true.
that was literally just saying it can drown. It can't actually be hurt by water,
It cannot actually be hurt. It's just too heavy to swim.
Yeah. Too chunky.
or it just doesn't know how to.
All right. Do you go back underneath? Oh, you go to hydroponics.
No, I go
Okay.
back to hydroponics.
You're at
Yeah.
hydroponics.
And by then the 10 minutes should have been allotted, and they.
We'll strategically turn them off in like 10-second increments,
Okay.
so you know which, like, turn one off, wait 10 seconds, turn it back on, and repeat.
I think
Well,
he wanted us
you were
to turn
just
them
to turn
off.
them off.
So that, yeah, we got to turn them off.
Well, I was just turning
Yeah.
them off separately, so it wasn't just all at once. That way you could see
Yeah.
if one affected the next.
Well, so I know what I could take
Yeah.
control of.
Once all the switches are flipped, though you do hear interference detected. Once you quickly flip all the switches, it's not like hydroponics shuts off one at a time. Once you flick it off, you hear hydroponics not detected, and like the whole system goes down. But interestingly enough, Johns, a panel from like just a wall. Again, you're realizing how well this is put together because these things are popping out of things that don't have joints. And there is a Fallout style green emergency panel asking if you want to turn hydroponics back on.
Yes.
All right, manual control delivered to hydroponics, and it turns back on.
All right. We now have full control of hydroponics.
Yep. And as you
Does that mean that we should remove the breakers, like completely down here? Like, don't let them not come back down here to turn them on. Like, just remove those breakers from the wall entirely.
The director will point out that once all of the breakers for a system is hit, it turns off and then is not detected. Meaning, if you don't know what you're doing, you could kill the oxygen supply in one of the breaker panels.
Thankfully, we didn't.
But I will tell you that the major thing that you can detect from here... Here, hold on. Let me reward you.
Yay.
You have found what can be deactivated from this terminal safely.
So, Ken and I need just to make our way back.
Well, we need to continue searching.
Yeah, you get Jax back in 10 minutes.
Oh, did she have to leave, and that's why?
Yeah, that's why.
That's why you cryopotted her.
That's why I cryopotted her.
You know, it's fair.
Yep. The cryopod bay is where Jax is. Okay, so, as you head back from hydroponics, Jerry comes rolling in.
Question real quick, Dammy.
Yeah.
With the new panel that opened up for John, he can, if I'm understanding what you said correctly, what John did is he turned on manual controls, meaning the controls that me and Jads are currently standing in front of are deactivated permanently.
They're deactivated. Unless you switch them back on, they're deactivated. You basically took the system out of the AI, and which shut it down, but in its place, at that station, an emergency panel popped up for manual control. So
but that means that, so we now are separate from AI control on our systems.
In hydroponics. Hydroponics
and
is
then,
separate now.
And the red laser that would come and search for where Jads and I are is not active because there's technically nothing.
Because there's nothing wrong, exactly.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong, there's nothing there.
Okay.
And it won't mess with this panel ever again.
And it won't, yeah. You're not sure whether, so that's, Jerry comes rolling by, and, because it's hooked up to the main AI, and is checking on hydroponics because it doesn't detect it anymore, and Jerry has a different function. He is supposed to keep you safe, fed, and secure. And when he can't feel hydroponics anymore, he comes rolling over and asks if everything is all right, but clearly doesn't, even though that panel is very obvious, he doesn't see it.
No, that's fair. He sees that everything's working properly, so it's just
He's
a
visually
glitch in the
confirming
system.
everything is working, and he tells you that he sent a immediate message to the AI core, but the AI core is not detecting anything is wrong. So he has come to visually confirm that hydroponics is on. Hydroponics
everything's good.
Yep, he visually sees it. He can process data that way, and then asks if there's anything he can do for you.
Question
Yeah.
for that.
Would be nice.
He goes and makes tea. What's your question, Chris?
If we have Jerry, since his primary directive is to keep the scientists safe, can we make it so that any reports that are being sent to the AI are first discussed with us before he sends them in our best interest?
If asked, Jerry regrettably states that it is in your best interest if a system goes down for the AI core to know immediately. And then he tells you he's only looking after you while he's making tea and asks if you want some too.
How would he be able to hear them though?
Hear what?
No, I'm asking meta-wise. I'm
Oh,
not saying for John.
meta-wise?
I'm not saying for John
okay.
to know.
Meta-wise, Jerry is the best. Meta-wise,
Mm-hmm.
Jerry,
we're not
yeah,
there, so I can't
okay.
ask Jerry this question.
Meta-wise, I will give this to you meta-wise. Usually I want you to be there to ask said creature. But meta-wise, you can tell between like what you know. Jerry's primary function, despite trying to help you, if he feels that there is something very important that's gone wrong, he tells the AI immediately. In this case, he couldn't feel hydroponics. He thought you were going to die. He sent a message to the AI and was confused when the AI said, yeah, there's nothing wrong. Basically, the AI said, we don't have a hydroponics bay, is what it said to Jerry. And so Jerry had to come, because Jerry knows in his programming, there's a fucking hydroponics bay. It's keeping you alive. So he came to see what was going on, visually inspects hydroponics, is like, okay, there's hydroponics here, doesn't see is incapable apparently of seeing the manual override, but doesn't send a message back to the core AI saying, yeah, there's a hydroponics bay.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not...
That was my...
Yeah, he's not reconfirming because that's not his job. His job is not to then reconfirm with the AI. His job is to assess the situation, see that you're okay, and then carry on his day. And in this case, make tea for John.
So, just so I'm clarified, in the meta sense, AI, we turned off hydroponics. AI no longer detects hydroponics on board the ship.
Yep, I'm actually going to play the clue sound for Sir Big Cat. But please continue.
But, So, with there being no hydroponics on board, Jerry in his separate AI programming knows there's a hydroponics, but because the AI cannot confirm that there is a hydroponics, Jerry sees no reason to report that a outside source exists.
Exactly. As Sir Big Cat said, hydroponics is working, so he doesn't care to contradict the AI. Jerry doesn't want to get into an argument, is effectively what's happening.
Okay. Yeah, that was just all meta questions.
Yep, that's fine.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yep, I'll allow it.
All right, now I have a question.
Use your big scientist brain on that one. Yes.
All right, I have a very, very complicated question.
Okay.
Do you feel bonita?
No, it's not even that.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back, Jax.
Welcome back, Jax.
All right.
This is going to be so much fun, you guys explaining this to Jax.
I was listening in the car.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Neat.
Yeah.
All right, so my question. For active adventurers cannot use their sidekicks' abilities. Would there be a comma between K and S, or a comma
different
right
Different game, Johns.
All right, let me take a look.
The grammar question, okay?
A complicated question that has nothing to do with what we're currently doing.
It would be an apostrophe because it belongs to the sidekick.
So that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Jax. Now that the AI core has decided that you are safe and that absolutely nothing is going wrong, you are released from cryostasis. You're in the cryostasis lounge. There's the pods. Jerry's... Oh, please continue.
And where?
In the cryostasis lounge.
Okay.
It is a separate section for being put into cryostasis. Your pod was moved.
Okay.
So Jerry stops making tea and says, Dr. John, I am deeply sorry, but it appears that Dr. Hot Pants,
Dr. McCotty Pants.
Dr. Booty Shorts, Dr. Estrella is freed from cryostasis. My primary function is to check on her well-being. And he grabs a little water and a little protein bar and rolls away.
Let me go with you.
Absolutely, Dr. John. And he rolls away, and Jerry, as is programmed, is making pleasantries about the weather. How consistent and stable it is.
Fucking space.
You're in space. All right.
Yeah.
Jax says you are coming out of cryostasis, so you are nauseous.
Yes.
It's not a good feeling coming out. And Jerry rolls in and holds out his little tube arms with his little grippers, and there is a protein bar and a bulb of water. And Dr. John is with him.
Oh no. Okay, I'll take a sip of water.
I am back online, Jerry says happily.
Oh,
I have missed you terribly.
I have missed you too, Jerry. You're better than Roger.
I am better than many of the security bots. I have a personality and can do this. And he spins his little grippers in circles.
I have a function for that.
Oh.
We need to go twist some weeds off.
Do you require anything else?
How long have I been asleep?
Roughly 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Okay. Is everyone okay?
That is a very subjective question. But
Can you
Yes, Dr. John?
let's see. Can you dampen the audio, please?
Absolutely. And he claps his grippers together.
Whoa.
I'm just imagining him like a Lego man.
Right?
Little connecto guy.
I'm
The
gonna-
audio in this chamber has been dampened.
I'm gonna go to Jax's character, and I'm just gonna explain, hey, so the AI just doesn't care if we die. We all have the
No, it cares if it cares if Estrella dies.
okay. It only cares if you die.
Oh.
But and I'm just gonna spiel this that because since you've been listening, that we're trying to take everything back and also trying to cure ourselves because we all have a recessive form of the experiment that we've been
The
doing.
compound, yeah. It looks like the Resistance probably gave you each a little dab and then decided who was going to get the lion's share.
The wolf's share.
Sorry, the wolf's share.
Also, I had to kill a little wolf monkey.
Aw. Not Benny.
I had no choice.
Monkey Wolf is dead.
Here you go, Davey.
Oh,
I
baby.
found Jerry.
You found Jerry?
I found Jerry.
All right, but we need to get back to where the other two are.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, let's get back over there then.
All right, let's go.
I hope you scratched your way along the walls.
I did.
Okay. You have made it back.
Welcome back.
Now
I
what
see.
do you all do?
I see the beautiful Dr. Estrella's with you.
Jerry waves from behind the doctor. Don't forget Jerry.
Jerry is wonderful.
Did you even fit in the vents?
I was saying, Chris,
Oh no, he's making
still-
tea.
yeah,
Sorry,
we're still
we're
in the vents.
You
Yeah.
go to the vents, he's making tea. You can hear him puttering around upstairs, worrying, trying to find you guys to give you tea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I guess we'll keep searching along the path that we have not searched yet.
Okay. Now with another doctor here, you identify where all the core components are. You have access to life support, gravity. Basically that's what you need. Life support, gravity. You find the security. You think you found the security sort of signaler that the AI is piping to. but you're not sure there's a manual one for that. Because no one's seen a security station.
Yeah.
The robots just
is-
wander around and their batteries are very advanced.
Can we, with this security information, or with the security stuff, can we set it so that, like, set a fail-safe? Like, if we can't, even if we can't change them from the AI, because if the whole kind of point that we're trying to do is shut down the main AI, we'd run into the same issue of them wanting to put us in a holding cell while they keep looking for issues. Is there a way to change that failsafe to make them listen to our commands, like put in an override code?
No, this is just all analog switch work. You're pretty sure if you
Okay.
hit these switches, they're gonna turn off.
Okay.
And then it's going to alert the AI.
Yeah, but they're
And it's going to come back.
Yeah, they're gonna completely turn off.
So this would be one of those
Like,
things
not
we do
like-
last.
Like not like passive mode, like shut down. And you're pretty sure that since the AI is very security minded, this one it might notice because it's constantly piping to them.
Yep.
I
You would
It's
have
not a
to.
passive system, it's an active system.
So this would be when we turn off right before we enact our plan.
Yes.
So keep an eye on this one. Make our shivved paper trail, or our breadcrumb trail, so we know where it is.
I'm going to carve into the panel what it is.
Okay. All right, so you guys have the core systems. Life support, gravity, you got hydroponics, and there is security. Now, Dr. Dr. Hot Pants, challenge fate. I gotta remember how to pronounce this because it's a pretty name. Estrella, yeah, challenge.
Ooh,
Perfect. Yeah.
What did we get? Oh,
She
face
got
card affinity
hers.
success. There's a bit of mulling. Like clearly, the good doctor is thinking of something. And then finally Estrella says, "What will we do about the lockdown?"
Well,
Once security goes offline, you know that there are certain things that will set this into a lockdown state.
Wow, smart and hot.
Yeah. So the question is, what will you do about a lockdown?
now
so
I
you
see
think
why the
there's-
AI kept her alive.
Or, the fact that looking at their backlog, their questionnaire, they have one question that makes them more valuable than all of you.
Wow.
Oh, I made my character like completely useless.
Hey, this hydroponics thing panned out.
Just
You
to be
did.
the horticulturalist.
Yeah, the horticulturist panned out.
Meanwhile, I just hit something. I'm a kinetic physicist, so I just hit something with a frying pan.
So there's one more security system that you need. However, if the lockdown is not in place, no defensive measures can be enacted.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have nothing to protect you from the critters if they're running around.
Except Jerry.
Except Jerry. This is
And
true.
our guns.
And your guns. Jerry will not be affected by a lockdown. He is a separate entity.
Oh, this might be a question that I'll have to ask Jerry later.
Okay.
Can he incorporate the gun arm that I have stolen?
You'll have to ask Jerry when you see him.
Exactly.
All right, so you're all under here getting dusty and, well, actually not. This thing does maintenance on itself, so it laser cleans these. It's very clean, disturbingly clean.
Sterile
In
clean.
space.
Stereo clean. Oh. I need a neutral challenge from somebody.
Go ahead, Jets.
That should have been a Chris.
So, Jads, you find the incinerator, but don't fall in. Now you know.
Just because the computer wants you dead doesn't mean I don't have a reason to.
Right. You found where they incinerated those bodies and where a lot of stuff goes down to get burned.
Burn, baby, burn.
You see some various sized skeletons that look like they've been freshly burned.
Oh.
They're all like, have like weird bone growths. Skulls aren't exactly right.
So what they were saying by the system, by the scientists failing, where we technically succeeded, is I'm infected.
Mm-hmm.
Or fully infected. You guys are partially infected. These guys were mutated.
They were mutated, yes.
So we succeeded where they failed by making a human warrior, in a sense. So we're definitely not working for the good guys. We're being made into weapons.
Yeah,
Or
you're
we're making
working
people
for-
into weapons.
Yeah. There were... And some of them
Super
look
Earth
like
is
the-
still a good guy, despite
Right.
everyone else being a not good guy.
And also some of these look like you can recognize some of the size of the heads as the samples that you guys have created and we're holding on to.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like security's found some of them.
So if that means that we're finding the incinerator from basically the side,
Mm-hmm.
that means there is a dump port up
There's a
top.
dump port. And since you're at the incinerator, there's a little ladder.
Now, if we climb the ladder, are we in the incinerator?
You are in the dump chamber, yes.
But the incinerator, if we climb the ladder, it won't burn us.
No,
If we
no,
climb
the
the ladder.
incinerator is off at the moment.
This
Okay.
is where we put all our trash.
Yep.
I want to.
This is where Chuck lives.
Nice. So with hopefully not alerting Chuck, I want to climb the ladder and just kind of peek out of the dump hatch if it's something that can be lifted. Just like see if it's something I could just peek out to see if I can
Yeah,
get
you can
a
peek
vantage
out
point of
from the
where.
gate.
I just want to see where it is located in the ship. I recognize.
Challenge fate. We're trying not to alert Chuck.
Yeah, saw that coming.
That's a
Jazz and I should have
critical
swapped
fail.
cards. That's a
You,
critical fail.
You may need some medical attention as the end of a little mop is jammed in your eye. And Chuck is
Oh.
clearly trying to wipe you off the floor. He thinks you're dirt. You pop your head up, like, okay. Chuck immediately comes over and is attempting to dust you. You just caught one in the eye.
So
But
a
you
Chuck.
think you think from the parts of the ship that were on the map that you don't go to, you think that this is actually near the manual access area to the side of the AI core.
Which checks out. So here's a Chuck-based question then.
Mm-hmm.
Because Chuck, if he saw just dirt or grime
Yeah.
or whatever he's going
Yeah.
to see me as,
Yeah.
he's not programmed to recognize people or anything. So it makes me think that Chuck isn't actually part of the AI system. He is just a default drone that goes around to keep the AI room and surrounding area clean, but it doesn't report to the AI because its whole thing is just cleaning.
Yep, you got the clue sound. That is true. It's just a dumb fucking robot.
Oh, poor Chuck.
That's good for Chuck, because that means Chuck's not going to go full feral sterile on our asses.
Hey,
Yeah,
Pleasant.
this is true. It's not gonna try and fucking sterilize you.
Well, he'll try to sterilize us, but
Well,
Not in the way that-
this
not
is
that
a good
way.
point. Way to ruin it for Chris. As you clearly aren't vanishing, it's like preparing to sterilize you, which you've seen this dissolve chemicals before.
Yeah, nope. I dropped down the ladder.
Chuck's this little spritzers come out and you're and a little sizzle.
Yeah,
Chris pops down with a black eye and what might be corneal scratches.
We'll just say I duck down quick enough and I just have like a little sear mark on my forehead.
Yeah, exactly. Like he just like got him a little bit over the forehead. And then you hear Chuck's little mop, and then he goes back into his compartment to search for other shit.
Well, good news is Chuck isn't an enemy, but he's definitely a threat.
This is true.
But it gives me an idea.
Also, I'll give it to you since you got chucked. Usually Chuck recognizes you guys as, like, what you are. Mm-hmm. You're pretty sure this means that nothing is supposed to be in this room.
Yeah.
So we're in a side room that is near where the AI access panel is, but this room is technically a blind spot for the AI.
Waiting for it.
Like this is Chuck's bedroom type of shit.
Yep, I knew that was happening.
Yep, you found it. It is a blind spot in the AI's understanding. Things go in here to incinerate shit. Chuck takes care of where the incinerator is as well, but doesn't recognize anything other than mechanical, like, objects being in here. And you know Chuck is, despite being, like, I mean, a little, kind of like a smaller robot, Chuck does have the ability, like, has really strong power in those treads. You've seen him drag shit, like, around.
He drags all our trash around. We make a lot.
Like big old bags of trash and shit. So he does have some torque on those fucking treads.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a pointed out question for the group. Mm-hmm. That acid that he sprayed at me, I wonder if that works on something that's non-biological. Mm-hmm. If it's just a caustic fluid, or if
Chuck.
I'm going to weaponize his spritzer bottles.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, the question is because, I mean, it would make sense against what we've been fighting, like the creatures, but the robots, I don't think it would work.
Not necessarily
Chuck
against.
Recognizes it as a threat or not.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck has his own little defensive protocol.
And the other thing is that the security team seems to have already grabbed the creatures because we recognize their bodies in the incinerator. So I don't know if we're going to have to necessarily worry about the creatures anymore.
I was just thinking because, like we were saying earlier with the robot's armor, we can't penetrate through the armor, but what if dousing the bucket of water with Chuck's fizzle fluid?
Yeah.
It could dissolve
the take care of the AI,
wires
then
and
we
stuff.
don't have to worry about the robots because the AI,
no,
without the AI, they just revert back. So.
Johns, can you make me a challenge of fate?
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like the rubber on the wires and stuff like that for it when we dismantle.
That is a face affinity success.
Yes. So as Chris is explaining what he sees and talking about weaponizing Chuck, the way Chris talks about the room, Johns, when he talks about the panel, right? Chris is like, yeah. Dr. Ken's like, yeah, there's a little panel. Chuck comes in, and there's like, it looks to be a panel above that. It's probably where Chuck gets his cleaning supplies. Johns, you contradict Dr. Ken and go, no, you know where he gets his cleaning supplies. It's near hydroponics. Because sometimes you use very caustic chemicals for your experimentation. Chuck's cleaning supplies are literally a janitor's closet next to where you guys are. Meaning,
no, because we make the chemicals.
Yes, that panel has to be something else.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if it's his emergency override panel.
I wonder if it's the AI's maintenance emergency panel.
Well,
Amy?
Yeah?
Oh, I don't know. I was waiting for something.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that we could do would be to actually go up and explore the room.
I've Pavloved you little monsters.
Yeah, we could either go up there and explore the room, or we can keep exploring the vents and come back to that room later.
I would recommend exploring this room, see if we can get him on our side. I have a feeling that panel above it is the emergency override panel.
Well, Chuck is just a standard robot. He's only going to detect contaminants. So we would be we wouldn't necessarily be able to convert him to our side. He would just...
No, but we could get him away from the AI side.
He's not on the AI side. He's not.
He isn't.
Doesn't even report to the
You're
AI.
pretty sure he'd spray down the core too if it's fucking here.
He would
What
have
I'm
cleaned
saying,
up the
though,
Maintenance
is
Panels
the-
Act if they...
The
Okay.
AI,
Yeah.
he doesn't report to the AI, but the AI commands him to
Nope.
hey, there's
The
So clean over
actually,
here.
No, he's right. The AI can command him to clean spills.
yes.
It's
That's
just
what I'm
Chuck
saying. I'm
doesn't
wondering if
report-
that
Yeah, the only thing Chuck would report back is clean, not clean,
yeah.
and then he
Like
goes home.
job's done, job's not done.
Yeah, job's done, job's not done. It's very either or with Chuck.
Yeah,
Can't have
that's
a
what I'm saying. I
conversation.
wonder if that panel up top is how we can sever that connection where the AI cannot tell him to go clean.
Well, won't know until you get up there.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna go explore
Okay.
You're going to explore up there or through the tunnels?
up there.
Okay, so you pop out through the
Yeah, go quick. Don't get poked in the eye.
challenge fate.
Fail, but not crit.
All right, Chuck is just attacking your shoes with his mop. He hasn't brought out the big guns yet. He's bound and determined to push you into the incinerator,
Which is currently off.
which is currently off, but you're pretty sure that Chuck can turn it on.
What do
Alright.
you see, Jads?
You see the panel, Jads. It's kind of a cramped space, but you do see the panel. And there is like a door which you think leads to the kind of towards the manual access port.
Explore further.
Well, it's literally the size of someone's bedroom in a small apartment. There's just Chuck's panel. There's the panel on the wall. There's the grate, and then there's the access port. There's the door.
Is there any
Right.
is there any books or things in there? Like if this was a dead zone
I
where
can't tell you that, Dr. Ken.
I'm not asking you.
Ah, okay.
Is there anything around here that's physical that's not nailed down? Books, notes,
Nope.
papers.
This is a sterile room.
What's
You've got-
what's on the panel on the wall?
You take the metal off the panel, and it says manual lockdown override. And then a little underneath is Chuck on. Well, it gives its designation basically on off. Basically, you can turn Chuck on and off from here too. It's a really big
Right.
switch. Chuck is never intended to be turned off.
I'm going to temporarily turn Chuck off.
You hear a forlorn sound come through the vent, through the panel, and then nothing. You have turned
And
Chuck
then-
off.
And then I'm going to flip the manual override switch so that if the lockdown goes off, it's overridden.
Yeah, it can't. The station can't be locked down anymore.
Because this is separate from the AI isn't going to be alerted to this.
Nope. This is a passive system. The only time that the lockdown protocol comes into the AI's consciousness is when there is a lockdown. Since that area, that ability's been taken away, it's just like hydroponics. It doesn't know that it's there. It might try for it and think that it did it.
And then I'm going to
nothing will
peek through the
happen.
door. I'm going to peek through the door to see where I'm at.
The door is fairly sealed. You think you need there's a little indentation for a tool.
What if I use my passcode? That's supposed to open every single door.
Say the passcode.
Manual door.
Say
52 Delta Booty.
a little panel pops out, and there is the pry tool.
Take it, and I open the door.
All right. There is nothing here but banks upon banks upon banks of sealed, like, almost like it looks like they can come in and like rise up and down on the floor. Like if there's a lockdown, they go into the floor. Would appear to be, and what is most likely, the auxiliary processing unit of the AI core. You found its heart.
Okay. So,
Is there an on-off switch in?
No.
Well then, Dr. Ken, would you like to use your kinetic science in Frying Pan?
with pleasure, but we need to do some other things first.
Well, no, because if we turn off the AI, then there's nothing.
If you
We
turn
haven't-
off
Without-
the AI, then all the systems that are automatic a part of it will shut off permanently.
We
Yeah, we
currently
only
don't.
took over hydroponics.
Except for
We haven't
hydroponics.
We haven't taken care of life support and gravity yet, so that needs to be turned off last.
So do you guys go turn off life support and gravity?
Well, we want
Well,
to
we
turn it on.
needs to go to the life support room for when
Okay.
they turn it off.
Yeah, that
Wasn't
you
life
can
support in
access.
hydroponics?
Life support is in hydroponics.
Yeah,
We
I
still
thought I
need to
took
turn
that
it-
over already.
No, it's its own separate system.
Okay.
We have to turn it off and then turn it on from hydroponics.
Yeah, because I thought we did that to all hydroponics.
So
So hydroponics, the way that this system is set up is that hydroponics is identified as your food and water source, but your like regulation of oxygen, your regulation of delta compound, your regulation of CO2, all of that is its own separate system.
So we need to
Okay.
find those and turn those off
And it was
first,
done
and
that
then
way in case hydroponics gets knocked offline, you don't die.
So, Dr. John, you want to go to hydroponics, and they can
Right.
go turn off the life support, and then you can manually override it.
and then,
Right.
we need to turn off gravity, re-enable gravity, turn off robot defense, and then turn off AI.
Well, the
Estrella,
robot
challenge
defense
thing.
we don't need to worry about, because once the AI is off, they'll just go into the, show your ID mode.
But they can still be hostile, and I still don't have control over the transformations. Meaning,
Meaning
They
at
will
this
still-
point- at this point, Chris is pretty sure, since he hasn't transformed in a while, the overaccumulation of delta in his system is probably moved out. So when he goes unconscious, the wolf just takes over. But you're pretty sure, given how the wolf how that transformation responded to threats, Dr. Ken is pretty sure that if he's presented with an actual threat now, it will just happen.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it'll
that's why.
just automatically take over.
Yeah, the wolf will
And-
automatically take over to protect
So I
Dr.
wanted-
Ken.
So I want to disable the bot defenses, even if it's present identification at gunpoint. I
And
want
as you've
to.
already found out, the wolf doesn't know friend from foe.
Yeah. So
The only
I
reason
will.
why, and this is Ken now has, and actually Estella, now that they're back together and have discussed it, they have come up with how it works. The wolf is a defense mechanism. It turns Christ into the ultimate wolf soldier. If the enemy does not appear to be active, the wolf doesn't attack. Meaning, when you were all passed out, you didn't register as threats. You only registers as shit that was downed. But all of the robots and shit and keyed as an active threat, and the wolf tore them apart. You're pretty sure that if you weren't blacked out, it'd just killed you to be safe. Might as well take care of everything. It's the only way to be certain.
So
It
yeah.
is
So we just need.
triggerable, but not controllable.
Yep.
Okay.
So I would say
So-
we just need to dismantle or disable all of the necessary systems we need to keep running.
Okay.
Auxiliary life support, auxiliary gravity, auxiliary power. Because right now we only have hydroponics. We actually don't have access to electricity and shit.
Okay.
Auxiliary water. It's like we need to get
Yep,
the
let's
manual
translate for
override.
me. Oh,
That's her.
shit.
Yes.
So you come up with a plan because you know that as you mess with switches, if you don't do it fast enough, the AI will start looking for stuff, right? It'll start scanning. So you come up with a plan. You're gonna work in teams, send someone up to that bay, have someone disable the stuff, and the moment the computer then announces there's a problem, just hit the manual panel. And doing this, you guys have successfully knocked out every system.
I would recommend.
Gravity turning on and off was really funny. I won't make you all take damage, but there are some bruises.
I mean, we
Yeah.
just tie ourselves to the floor.
Okay, fine. You can tie yourselves to the floor.
But I would have recommended Chris and I go up top, and then Jads and Jack stay down.
Okay. So as a team, you now have manual control of everything except for security. You know where the thing is to turn it off. You don't know where the panel is to turn it back on. You only have the option of turning off all security.
I have a feeling the manual panel is in the AI room.
It is in the AI room. That is something that you absolutely can figure out.
So essentially, we can temporarily turn it off and then turn off the AI, go into the AI room, and then turn it back on.
You're not sure, again, having security active
Is a good thing.
with the AI offline, because you've seen what happens. It tries to detain everybody.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. You turn off security, then you go turn off the AI, and then if we feel we need it, we can go into the AI room to turn
And
security
then turn
on.
security on if all else
Yes.
fails. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And at worst case scenario, we have Jerry.
Yes.
All right.
I mean,
do
the
have
better
to-
question is, how many active experiments are still out there that have not been subdued?
Jeremy communicates with the primary core AI, and there are no experiments left. They have all been
So they're all been accounted for.
neutralized. Accounted for or neutralized.
Okay. So it's just literally us and the bots.
It's you and the bots.
All right.
Okay.
And maybe even an unknown amount of resistance members. Who knows?
Who
It could be
knows?
cloaked.
They could be cloaked. There's cloaking technology in this.
But earlier, the AI did say no life forms detected.
Well, what if it's really good cloaking? And
Yeah.
earlier
Oh,
when this
okay.
thing said no life forms detected, it couldn't detect you either.
That is true.
Mhm. Yep, that's what I'm saying. There still could be
Because of-
resistance
yeah.
members.
Because of the damage, it didn't have the ability to detect you.
So
But I would say before leaving the station, we need to find a cure. We need to
Yep.
make one.
first of all, so we've disabled everything except for security and the AI. So, are we disabling security right now?
Yeah. After we have everything else under our control, we would want to disable, full group talk. Do we want to disable security and then smash the AI brain center?
Yes.
I don't know about smashing it.
Well, there's,
There's
an
no off switch.
Well,
There's
yeah,
no-
yeah.
There isn't an on-off switch.
Well, we've isolated it to literally nothing.
You have.
So it's almost worth keeping in the sense. If it cannot go outside the room, it's almost worth keeping as a just in case.
All right.
We might need it. But I'm also not against completely smashing it because we own everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
So-
do you turn off security?
Yes.
You turn off
here-
security. Okay, please. Keep
Here's a question before we turn off security. We don't know. I don't know if we have talked about this, but do we have manual control over the cryopods and escape pods, or is that still
Yes.
AI?
That is manually controlled. You've got manual on that.
Okay, just want to double
I'm
check.
sorry, I forgot that system, but yeah, you guys have it. You have every core system.
Okay, so the ship is ours except for the room with the AI and the maintenance AI.
Yes.
Okay. We can probably turn Chuck back on.
You turn Chuck back
Well-
on?
Well,
I
let's
mean,
wait until the AI's gone.
Okay.
Because
well,
the AI technically can tell it to do things, whether it's a dumb robot or
It can
not.
tell it to go clean something.
Yeah,
But
it could
can
tell us
it-
to
can-
clean us.
Yeah, could it tell it to clean us? That's what we
Yes.
need to ask.
You're not sure.
I said
But
we
it
wait.
could make it clean our food, which would then kill us.
Yeah, could clean up the food. Chuck cleans up after you guys.
Yeah. So Chuck off for now.
Okay. Chuck remains off and sad.
Security's disabled.
The moment security is disabled, you hear a soft thrum and a blue light begins to permeate the station. Like where the red alert was, there's blue. And the AI says in a very calm voice, "All remaining personnel, please report to the AI core for briefing. All remaining personnel, please report to the AI core for briefing."
I mean, we were going there next anyway.
Okay.
Well, we're going to the side room where its heart is.
All right.
Well,
Who's
I'm going
to
where
the
its heart
AI
is.
Who's
I'm going to go to
the
the AI room
You
with
go
the
to
heart.
the AI room where the banks are. Who's going to the AI core room?
I'll go to the AI core room.
Okay.
I'll go as well.
Okay.
I can assume that I can hear John because it's close by.
You can.
So if things happen to happen, it's like, well, I have backup
Actually,
frying
no.
pan.
That room is absolutely defended, and it's got Faraday shit, massive inch thick some fantasy metals. You wouldn't be able to hear. It's its own. It's like its own sound chamber.
All right.
So, which do you want me to resolve first? You guys in the heart, or you guys in the core?
In the core.
Yeah, I would say Jets don't go in with them, just so
No, I'm
that.
going with you.
Okay.
Well, no, don't go with me. You're the middleman. You
Okay.
you can run over and inform me what needs to happen in case they get locked in there with the AI because the AI still controls that room.
Okay.
So for those of you who enter into the AI core, the door slides open. The defensive robot who's there is turned off. In fact, all you're seeing is the remaining 6 robots are not on.
Yeah, because we
and
turned them off.
You turn them off. Security is done. In fact, you see some security measures that you hadn't seen, like 2 fucking massive fuck off miniguns have dropped from the ceiling in front of the AI core and are just like limp.
I'm not surprised.
So you walk into the AI core and it is like throbbing. "Hello, scientists. Welcome. You will begin the first stage of research which will help humanity. However, as no systems are active, the core will now go into a standby mode. You may awaken when necessary, when systems have been applied. There is no need for the core at this moment. There is no life support. There is no security. There is no hydroponics. You will most likely die and then be replaced. But until then, please enjoy your remaining time alive." And it shuts off. It goes into standby. It doesn't detect that it's necessary and thus goes to sleep. You have full manual control of the station.
All right. Well, yay.
All right.
This is ours now.
It is. And that is what you needed to do. Find a way to disable, reason with, or shut off the AI. Given that you guys have manual control and Jerry, who acts as a lab assistant, you guys are capable of, within a few months, creating a cure.
Nice.
You are able
Let's
to cure
go.
Christ, who does not continue to devolve because there are no threats nearby. The compound that you've made is stable, but needed. Basically, you need to train your soldier by giving it threats. By doing that, you're basically Pavlov training it to attack. There's nothing. You guys build an inhibitor first. The small dose cures work on all of you. You find out that the inhibitor keeps you guys safe and secure. There is no Delta compound being released, so you guys have to be a little bit more careful with what you're doing. There are no mutations. Challenge fate, Dr. Oh, now you find out what that question was. In a place where Dr. Estrella does not need to worry about losing their autonomy, does not need to worry about having to turn anybody in or turn traitor on anybody for the big money, and also successfully decoded the blueprint of an alien DNA that could be merged with any species. You guys crush it. Free from morality constraints and fear, you create not only a more stable compound, because why wouldn't you? You're all still evil scientists, but a cure. Do you want to send an SOS?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, we own the station. They're gonna have to shoot us down.
Eventually, without the AI core responding, a ship is dispatched. After about a year and a half of you guys on the station, they come marching on, expecting everybody to be killed. You aren't dead. And when you display your solution, because they are aiming guns at you because you aren't supposed to be alive, you're like, we did it.
Mm-hmm.
We have the compound. You are put on a shuttle and sent off. Epilogue. Basically, your continued use of the horticulture and keeping everybody alive basically on super potatoes and shit because you have no fucking means of protein outside of beans and shit. You
Broccoli,
developed,
sir.
huh?
Broccoli.
Broccoli. You have developed strains of superfood that are capable. You have basically been able to take nutrients that normally wouldn't be in a food, put it in a food, and grow that naturally. You have made a breakthrough in not only world hunger, but malnutrition. You
have made a loaded baked potato.
You have made a loaded baked potato. You are instated with tenure at Oregon State University.
Me and my horticulture.
Monsieur Jads.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Jads. Thank you for the raid.
Yes.
What is your... Yes. Jads. You have close engagement with this particular strain. You have seen it in action. And you are put in a prestigious position watching this program get rolled out. Christ. Your unique approach to all of these problems, as has been put forth to you, you have been put in a position making what effectively are super kinetic guns. You're working on like space battleship weaponry.
It shoots out bullets the size of frying pans.
Pretty much.
No, it shoots out frying pans.
Dr. Estrella.
Yeah.
With your previous achievements and with this current achievement, You are given control of a black site where you are free from morality to experiment as you please.
Nice.
Now, one last challenge of fate. Johns.
Mm-hmm. Not a critical fail.
You are eventually discredited in your very, very old age, but it doesn't matter. You have enough money to make yourself immune from everything and live out the rest of your life in relative peace. Jads.
Thing.
The revolution comes.
And you were not spared.
Unfortunately, Jads, you are forced to flee with some of the wolf soldiers. You eventually go on to form your own paramilitary organization utilizing these wolf soldiers, but you spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder and acting as a soldier for war, accepted by neither side.
Well,
Christ.
I'm good with that.
Critical success.
What do you want to do with the rest of your life?
I'm going to take my kinetic knowledge and apply it to a boxing glove.
Excellent. The Dawnfather will be pleased. All right. Our final scientist.
yeah.
Not critical fail. No, that's not a critical fail.
I said, yeah, that's what I said, not.
Well, you feel that you are in control of your own life forever. One day, you do try to leave for a different line of scientific research and find out that all of these unlimited resources have come at a cost. This is what you do now.
Oof.
All right, and that's it. That is Jads' 52 session. I hope you enjoyed it.
It was lots of fun. I liked it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a Philly fake out. I set you up for werewolves and really made your enemy a rogue AI. No relation.
No relation whatsoever.
No
I'm the
relation.
only one that had to murder something.
Right? I hope that you all had fun and enjoyed yourselves. I will now read
Danny, I always enjoy your campaigns.
Aww. This one was a little different. Jad said that he likes sci-fi and wolves.
Well, that's what he got.
Yep, and that's what you got. Sci-fi and wolves. So, I'm probably going to be back tomorrow. I'm going to take a meal break and then hang out with Johns while we work on cards. Or I don't know how long John's. Too many
Yes,
J's.
I will-
There's too many
I still
J's.
have
And I,
2 hours.
I'll be there.
John's, I'll let you know, but I may be a little bit late to my time slot, so.
Okay, so I have 3 hours.
Yay!
You have
So
till
with
6,
that,
which is
I've
9
been-
o'clock your time.
I've been Damie. I've been your dynamically augmented media independence. If you like this game, please look at my About page where you can purchase it on DriveThruRPG. I'd like to thank the wonderful, the beautiful, the vibrant Jax for taking time out of their busy schedule for this. I'd like to thank Jads for redeeming this, Johns, of course, for once again playing, and Chris for coming in and joining us. If you like this adventure, most of it was actually, the framework was created by Jax Romero. I just adapted the rest of it because I was way too high last night. All right.
And still.
And actually,
And still high.
I'm coming down. My shoulder is starting to hurt. So,
No, that's fine.
I will see you momentarily.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys later.
No,
I got family over, so I gotta go.
Bye.